Hey guys, this is Katie with Vintage and Vinyl, and I was just over at Patrick's channel, the Trusty Huckster Mercantile. He was doing a fantastic sale for the Just One More Dachshund Rescue, the Doxies, and boy, I think it was a smash sold. And thanks to you all, you guys helped donate for the mystery box donation, and they raised over $1,800 something. And of course, Kim at Oh My Vintage won the epic mystery box prize of over 30 mystery boxes, which was amazing. I'm so glad everyone could come out and support the Doxies. Hi, Angela Marksberry. Thanks for joining. And Beth is here from Carolina's Sweet Treats and Pretties. And Penny is here. Hi, Penny. I'm so glad you guys could join us. This is sort of impromptu, but Angela was saying I should do like an after the sale chat, so I thought I might as well, and it seemed like a good idea. Everyone seemed to want me to join in, so I am going to do that here tonight, just hang out with all of you. Hello, Melody. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Beth, if you missed it, Kim at Oh My Vintage won all the mystery boxes, which is fun because I know she will do an unboxing on the channel, which will be just fantastic, and I can't wait to see what everybody sends in. Hi, Gina Marie. So glad you could join us. And Jen Bootsy's here. Hello. Jen, I just love your little cat logo. I think it's so adorable. I love seeing it every time. If you want to, we like chatting. I do. I love chatting with all of you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's so much to do. Would you guys like to see Louie? Okay, I can get Louie. If you guys want to see Louie, we'll go get Louie. Hang on. And then I see Hemlock Lady's here. Now, I usually do not leave the camera when I'm doing a live, but if you want to see Louie, I'll get Louie. Hang on. Okay, Louie, you're wanting to be summoned on the chat, so here we go. Come on, Louie. Okay. Ooh. Okay, guys. Here's Louie. This is Louie. She says hi to all of you guys in the chat. Yep, I will be so excited to have an unboxing of those that Kim won. Louie, you are adorable, but you're very wiggly. Louie the other day on my live was being mischievous and chewed the computer wire, and I got to be careful when I'm not able to watch her. I put her in the kennel so that she doesn't get into any trouble. But here's Beth. Yes, that's Louie. Hello, Michelle Decker. Thanks so much for joining. Penny, yes. Oh, yes. Louie's adorable. She is. She's very cute and very mischievous. She gets into things that she shouldn't, right, Louie? Can you tell the people here on the live what you've eaten in the last year? So Miss Louie here, even though I watch her very carefully, last Christmas ate a whole half a strand of Christmas lights. I had to take her to the vet for that. Thank goodness she's okay. She jumped up on my dining table and got some wasabi one time and ate the whole container of wasabi. And she's eaten the rug. She's eaten parts of the rug. All kinds of things. Louie's very mischievous when she's not being watched. But that is a pug thing. Anyone that has a pug knows that they like to eat and they will get into things that doesn't belong to them. Hi, Mr. Stash. Oh, that's okay. So glad you're here. Yes, Louie is 2 years old. She just turned 2. And the vet said by about 3, she should be totally calmed down. And she's getting more and more lazy like a lot of pugs are. Yes. Louie, what are we going to do with you? That's right, Benny. You know, my friend, Frank, he lives in South Florida. He always gets on the phone with me. And when there's something he has to tell me, he goes, Louie, what are we gonna do? And Louie tilts her head like crazy. Hi, Debbie. Oh, you have a 4-year-old pug? Oh, you have a book or a 4-year-old black pug. Oh, how cute. That's adorable. Yeah, Louie is just Is everybody still with me? Yeah, YouTube just went out there for a second. So you can hear Louie barking like she normally does. Yes, Men in Black. She does. She looks like Frank. All right, I got to put Louie down, y'all. Hang on. Come on, Louie. You're getting too wiggly for Mama. Okay. I'm glad everybody got to see Louie a little bit. She is so adorable. So, yes, she does. She looks like Frank from Men in Black. Oh, glad everybody's here. Yep. Kim, congratulations on your epic mystery box prize. How awesome was that? Oh, my goodness. You just hit the jackpot with that. Yes, Louie gives me lots of kisses. And Penny's saying that his sons, Mr. Gunner, ate some Beats headphones when he was a puppy. Oh no. Dogs, I swear, will get into anything and everything. And Louie, no matter how much you watch Louie, she just will find a way. She's small, but she can jump. And so she'll jump off the couch and can get on top of my table. And that's what happened with the wasabi. It was high on the table, in the middle of the table, and she still found a way to eat it. But yes, Kim definitely deserves those boxes. It is just so cool, Kim, that you got those. And I really can't wait to see your unboxing. I think it's going to be so much fun. I was really happy when I found out who won. You know, at first, I'm happy for anybody to win. Don't get me wrong. It was a great prize, and I really wanted, you know, anyone to win. But I was so happy when I heard it was Kim, because I thought, good, it's someone in the community that will do an unboxing, show these boxes, and really enjoy it and appreciate the vintage. So I was excited about that. We were thrilled. Penny says, tell me, because I had to replace them and I had to put the headphones on top. I had put the headphones on top of the kennel, so it's my fault. Well, with the Christmas lights, Penny, I had hung them halfway up the door. So I had draped them around my door. I made sure they were halfway up, and Louie did one of her leaping jumps and got the strand and started pulling off the bulbs faster than I could get it out of her mouth. And so immediately, you know, harness on, off to the vet, that kind of thing. It was crazy, but she's fine now. I just have learned that if I can't totally have my full focus on her, like if I'm doing a live or filming a video, then I do make sure that she's secure in the kennel so she doesn't eat anything, because that would not be good. Angela's saying that she went to Goodwill today and saw a bunch of vinyl and thought of you. Saw some Johnny Mathis and Sammy Javis Jr. I love Sammy and I love Johnny Mathis. Great groups on vinyl to find when you're out thrifting, or some of those older 50s groups that are not around anymore, 50s artists like Johnny Mathis. It's just so nice to find those. You don't often see them in record stores because a lot of times record stores can't sell those, and they do want people to buy a lot of the current stuff or 70s music, which is very popular. So the stuff that sells is what's sort of in a lot of record stores. You don't often find some of that really good old music. Yes, congrats to Oh My Vintage, Penny she's saying. And Vinny's saying, I can't wait to show them all off. Yes. And Kim, the big winner, is saying, yes, I have to stack them up. I have to see how many I can open or how long you can do a live. I saw in the chat, and Vinny, it might have been you that said this, but you could do like a marathon live opening or something. See if you can open them all in one live or something like that. Maybe that would be fun. I don't know. Yes, he was so talented and amazing entertainer. And Michelle saying, do you have a huge collection of vinyl? I do, Michelle. I've got probably over 150 vinyls, and I would say close to now 50 45s. Now, that's not a lot compared to other people in the vinyl community. Some people have whole vinyl rooms with thousands and thousands of records, but I have a collection. I'm really particular about what I bring in, so that it's something I know I'm going to listen to and enjoy. I try not to just amass vinyl, because then I don't get to enjoy it that way. So I've got all kinds of music. I particularly love 50s music. That is where my heart is. But of course, I also I've got a lot of Billy Joel and Jimmy Buffett and Elton John and all those great groups, Queen, that kind of thing. I love seeing Louie and all the cute dogs tonight. Oh, I did too. Those dogs on the Doxy that Dawn had. All those doxies were so adorable. They really were. And that one, as someone pointed out in the chat, was giving us some side eye. It was like, well, I just want to go back and take a nap now. I don't know why I'm here, but he was just adorable. I was living for it. It was so cute. And Angela saying, I remember the first vinyl I bought was Tainted Love by Soft Cell. The first vinyl I bought was a Frankie Valli Greatest Hits vinyl, and I was so excited to find it because I had just seen Frankie Valli in concert. Oh, no, not in concert. I saw the Jersey Boys first. It was Frankie Valli musical, the Jersey Boys, in London, and I finally found a Frankie Valli album, and I was just thrilled. Hi, Dana. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm glad you're here. And Vinny's saying Margaritaville is the only Jimmy Buffett song I know. Well, that is one of the most famous songs by Jimmy Buffett for sure. That and Come Monday. So I highly recommend checking out some of his other music if you haven't, because he's really fantastic. A really talented artist. He's very whimsical, and he's a super talented writer. He's got a really good collection of songs. Michelle saying the first vinyl I got was Sesame Street. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. Yeah, I got Frankie Valli, and then, well, I might have had, come to think of it, Jimmy Buffett first, because my dad, growing up, my dad played Jimmy Buffett all the time, and that's how I got into Jimmy Buffett. And we would listen to Jimmy Buffett nonstop, and Dad took us to concerts and that kind of thing. And I got to go with him to my first concert. And he got some Jimmy Buffett albums and had them framed in my bedroom growing up. I had like a Jimmy Buffett themed, kind of beach themed room. Vinny, I see your comments. Oh no. Keeping us all laughing in the chat. Our resident jokester. I love it, Vinny. That's so funny. No, that's a great song though. But you're not entirely wrong. Okay, Dana's saying, I think my first 45 was Puppy Love by Donny Osmond. We were just talking about that in one of the chats today. So being into 50s music, someone commented Puppy Love. It was on Michelle's channel. And I said, oh yeah, I love Paul Anka. And everyone said, Paul Anka? We're talking about Donny Osmond. Well, I don't know who originally wrote the song. Obviously, Donny Osmond did a version of it. But I know Paul Anka was one of the first people to do it. And I have the Paul Anka version on vinyl. So I was thinking 50s. I was just totally out of the loop. Yes, totally out of the loop. Yes, yeah, Paul Anka did. Vinny's right on that. And then there's another artist from the 50s that did that as well. And I don't know who it is. But both versions come on the 50s on 5 a lot. And I do look for that. Yes, his concerts are the best. If you've never been to a Jimmy Buffett concert, everybody gets dressed up. So I have like a big parrot head hat. My friend who's gone with me before has worn a cheeseburger hat that I have. We all wear leis. And you come, men come in grass skirts. I've seen fruit baskets on people's head for the fruitcake song. You throw juicy fruit gum, because, that's one of Buffett's songs is chew a little juicy fruit. And, all kinds of stuff. And people come and they know the words. It's the most amazing phenomenon. Everybody knows every single word to every one of his songs. And the people in the lawn section, like if you can sit in the lawn section, that's the best spot to be because there's a party going on in the lawn. And it is just so much fun. It is the best concert I've ever been to, besides maybe getting to see Frankie Valli live, because that was a bucket list item for me. And that was really exciting. Yeah, the parking lot is just as good as the concert. So they have a big parking lot outside the concert, and everybody tailgates for like 4 or 5 hours. And one of the concerts I went to, there was a guy that had set up a bar, had actually built like a physical bar out of plywood and had brought it into the parking lot. And everyone could just come, and he had a big inflatable pool People were hanging out in the pool. They had sand in the back of his truck, and then they had Captain Tony's, which is a bar in Key West, but it's mentioned in a lot of Jimmy Buffett songs. You know, like he went to Paris, I went down to Captain Tony's to get out of the heat. So he had built like a makeshift Captain Tony's, and it was so cool. And people were having the best time. Yeah, me too, Benny. Me too, because people sometimes at those concerts do get a little hammered, and we wouldn't want to see things we don't want to see. Hi, Cindy. So much for joining. Thank you so much for joining the chat. I'm glad you're here. I caught some of your Christmas sale the other night, and it was really fun. Those questions you ask on your sale are great, and I never know any of the answers, so it's fun to listen to hear the answers because I always learn something. No, we don't, Vinny. Dana saying, "Ooh, I lost your comment." True confession. I'm Doreen. I've been to see them all over God's green earth. God bless my hubby's soul. He supports my addiction. Doreen. Okay, well, I've been calling you Dana, so you have to let us know what you prefer in the chat. Hi, Pamela Blanchard. And since Pamela's here, I'm going to open up Pamela's box. I just got your box from my mail. You had just emailed me and you were asking me about that. And so here it is. I'm going to open it live on this YouTube chat. Oh, Duran Duran's a great band. Yes, Dana. Love that. I was just listening to the song 1985 by Bowling for Soup, and they mentioned Duran Duran in that song, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So I've got a big old box from Pamela here, and I'm going to open it right now for you guys. It's all vintage Christmas, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Hello, Christy. Thank you so much for joining. Christy's here, Tippy Winks Vintage. Christy, I saw some uranium glass on Cindy's sale, and I didn't know if you had it, but you would have really liked it. It was Indiana's tea room pattern, and she had a really great piece. I couldn't believe she found that at the thrift store because that's a really unique piece to find. So Pamela says, hi, Penny. Hi, Cindy. Yes, Pamela, I'm opening your box now. So I've got my opener, and I'm not going to show the whole box until I get it open because it does have my address. I don't want to flash that to YouTube. Yes, lots of cool, wonderful, awesome people in the chat, as Angela's saying. You know, Pamela does the best job with wrapping. And, she sure does. And, oh, look at this. Already some fabulous, fabulous items all wrapped up. So she says, hi, Katie, mercury glass garland. Open carefully. Okay, Pam, I will do that. And she packaged these so nice in these little tins. And Pamela, I will be reusing the tins for Christmas. She said, you can show it to any Richmond in the chat. That's funny. So I'm going to get this open here and show you guys this garland. And again, everything is packaged up so incredibly well. And just a great job. I have never had anything with mercury beads. So I am just absolutely blown away by this right now. Holy cow, is this not amazing? This will go on my Christmas tree this year, no doubt. This will go on my Christmas tree. It is absolutely amazing. So let me it's a really long garland. So I'm just going to hold it up like this so you guys can see. Yeah, it is. It's really beautiful, and it's that nice green color. Now, you know what I need, though, is I need a aluminum Christmas tree. I'm on the hunt for that, and I cannot find one at a reasonable price. Maybe I'll find one for my garland to go on. Hi, Nancy from This Overstuffed House. I'm so glad you're in the chat. Oh, you did, Christy. You love Duran Duran, and you got to see them in concert. How cool. That is awesome. That is very awesome. So let's check out another box here. Now we've got this really cool striped candy cane, and it's got this faux fuzzy velvet on it, which I just love. And let's see what's in here. There are so many neat treasures in this box. I'm going to carefully open this. Okay. Oh, I know what these are. Okay. These are the candle huggers. Oh my goodness. Yep, made in Japan little candle huggers. How cute are these guys? Oh my gosh, look at his little face. He's adorable. And we do not find vintage Christmas over here. So we don't at all. Misty said she's selling an aluminum Christmas tree. I know, Michelle, and I'm going to be on the lookout for that. I don't know if I can win because my internet sometimes is slow as molasses, but we're going to have to see. And Vinny's saying, wait till Christmas is over. Sometimes you get lucky. Well, that's a good idea, Vinny. I'm going to do my best to find that because I really want an aluminum Christmas tree. I have a big collection of shiny brights, and I just think it would look fantastic on the tree. I really do. So I'm opening up the second candle hugger, and these are going to go beautifully on a pair of green lucite candlesticks that are coming from Michael Todd. So I'm looking forward to getting those in the mail. And these are just beautiful. They are made in Japan. Yep, made in Japan. And I can't read what that says, but it still has its sticker on the bottom. And it's got the most adorable little face. Look at him. Is he not just so cute? And I love the holly and berry because I love anything with holly and berry. Dan is saying that Miss Pamela's packages are to die for. She included a Christmas card in my box that looked like it came from the Modern Museum of Art gift shop. Yep. Oh, Miss Pamela does a great job. She really does. Phew, I thought you were postponing. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm missing some chat here. Dana's saying, I've done better on the live sales watching on my phone. The laptop usually has about 6 seconds or delay. So I always do my phone when I'm watching the sales. Now, the other day, I was having the live hop because there was that 4-way sale going on, and then Joni was having her 100 subscriber celebration, which I didn't want to miss because I like to support everybody. So I had my laptop and my computer going, my phone going all at once. Vinny's saying she found 2 aluminum Christmas trees in an antique store for $19. I kept one and sold the extra branches and another tree. I undersold them though, but that was back in the early 2010s. Vinny, that is a fantastic price because I just looked online yesterday and just one branch, if you just want one branch to replace a branch on your aluminum Christmas tree, I kid you not, it's going over for $100. Over $100. That is just absolutely insane. Yeah, use your phone. Yeah, I'm faster on my phone because I'm not as fast and agile on the keyboard typing it as I am on my phone. I won't hold out for hope for Misty's tree. Half the time people are typing numbers in the chat well before I hear or see them. That's true. It happens to me. Katie, it's not vintage, but I bought a gorgeous silver tree from Hay and Needle. Oh, yes, I've heard of that company. It showcases all of my vintage ornaments. Beautiful. Well, that's wonderful. You know, if you are okay with something that's not vintage, you know, go for it. You might get it at a cheaper price. Yeah, you might try it. You might try it on your phone if you can get a phone. So where were you, Penny, when you found those aluminum Christmas trees? You said an antique store, but maybe it's something people want to start shopping at. This is the vintage ornament hanger boxes, and one of these is a gift from Abby at Cozy Curated Cottage. That was so sweet that night that she bid for me, and then she won something and got it. I just thought that was so neat. We do not, like I said, find vintage Christmas here, so this is just absolutely thrilling to me to get vintage Christmas. And I'm sorry, guys, this will be really loud. There was a lady last year at our local antique store who was selling one shiny bright for over $34, and it wasn't an unusual one. It wasn't common, you know. It was very common. I mean, it wasn't uncommon, and I thought, that's just ridiculous. Vinny's saying, oh no, Vinny. Here comes the ornament hook boxes. Where are you at? Michelle, if you're wondering, I'm in Florida. And yeah, Abby is so, so sweet. Yep, Abby is adorable. Oh, thank you so much. This is my best friend Charles Burke, and Jacob, as we say. And I am so glad that you're joining. Thank you so much, Jacob. Tell Cassidy and Tyler hello. My other friends, they are all together in an apartment, and I wish I could see them right now because of the pandemic. This pandemic has got to end. I miss them like crazy, but we've been talking on the phone, and that has helped. So thanks, Jacob, for joining. Okay, so I'm opening some of these vintage ornament boxes, and I bet they're fantastic. Oops. Oh my gosh, look at this with the deer. Is that not just fabulous? It is 10 cents, national, 75 content, standard size ornament hooks, and the starburst on the side. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Oh, that's just amazing. And then you have this one, Christmas ornament hangers, and you've got the snow on the word ornament with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, man, this is amazing. And Vinny, there are the hooks on the side. They are displaying themselves in full glory. There you go. Great ornament boxes. Pam, these are fantastic. Okay, so let's see. There's some other things in here. If I can reach down in here and pull this out. Look at this, you guys. She does such a good job. That tool is beautiful, Pamela. That is so, so beautiful. I am, Pamela. I'm so excited because, again, this is vintage Christmas, and it just kills me to actually get some of it. I'm like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Okay, so let me unwrap all of this. And I'm sorry, this is by the microphone, and it's probably really loud on your end. But I will be reusing all of this bubble wrap. So thank you, Pamela. That will help. I'm going to reuse it and ship out my mystery box to Kim. I am one of the people that did donate a mystery box. And let's see. Carefully open this here. I don't want to mess up whatever's inside. Oh, these are the Bing Crosby records. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so this is Decca Records. These are extended plays, so these are EPs. They're not 45s. I mean, they look like 45s, but they are extended play 45s, so they're a little different. And I've never seen a double gatefold on a 45. Have any of you guys? I sure haven't. That's amazing. Now, this first record is on Decca, as I mentioned. It's extended play. And extended play, for all of you guys who are wondering what that is, most 45s hold about 2 minutes of music per side, so they have one song. This has 2 songs, so an EP, extended play, usually has about 2 songs or 3 songs per side. So it's not a full LP, but it's not a 45 technically. So if you get what I mean. So this has Silent Night and O Come All Ye Faithful, which is one of my very favorite Christmas songs, along with White Christmas and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And the other 45 on this is great. Yes, they did, Christy. They certainly will be very loved and treasured here. I will take good care of them. They will find a good home and be well played at Christmas time. And Dana's saying, gosh, I love to unwrap presents. I feel like a kid at Christmas. I rip the paper and pose like an industrial shredder. It drives my hubby nuts. So I go through Christmas packages like that. Now, my stepsister, she likes to save the wrapping. So she really takes her time unwrapping each present, which is not me. I'm a go-for-it person. So this other record has Jingle Bells and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And on the flip side, it has I'll Be Home for Christmas and Faith of Our Fathers, which I don't know that I've heard Faith of Our Fathers, so I'm going to have to listen to that. But man, this is some fantastic music. And I'm going to have to look up the matrix number on here because I don't know that this is, if it's an original press or not, but that doesn't matter so much to me. But when you have cardboard record sleeves that are thick like this, typically they are older and can be original. And also, if you look on the inside, see how the cardboard's brown? that means that it's an older record than a white inner sleeve, which is probably from the 70s. Vinny's saying when we open Xmas gifts, we wad up the paper and throw it at each other, and the cats have a field day. So, Vinny, we do similar things in our house. My mom would get a big trash bag, and we'd all throw it in the middle of the room. And then at the end of it, we would clean up all of our mess. Now, my grandmother saved all of the ribbons. So that was something, I don't know if your grandmothers did that or your moms did that, but all of the nice stiff ribbons. And my grandmother was a very good wrapper. So she would spend hours on her packages. And we would save all those ribbons, and then she'd just keep reusing them. So we did that with our ribbons. Vinny says, my cats love for me to do that with paper. I don't have a cat, but my brother does, and he goes bananas apparently for boxes. So my brother will just leave the empty boxes out in the living room for a while so that his cat Clyde can have a field day in the boxes. And Nancy's saying, I tore into presents when I was younger. Since the family is so fractured apart now, I get few wrapped packages anymore, so I savor the few I get slowly. Oh, bless your heart, Nancy. That is so sad, but I'm really glad that you get to savor them. That's a good thing. And Kim is saying, my mom would go around trying to save all the wrapping paper that wasn't ripped to reuse. Well, my grandmother used to iron paper. Imagine that, ironing paper. That's just crazy to me. And Christy's saying, I ripped mine, Miss Pam, and the mercury glass is perfect. I didn't rip the mercury glass, though, since you were kind enough to place a note to be careful. Yes, that is really helpful, Pamela, when you do that. They even like a big bag of paper. Yeah, cats do that. Dana's saying, my husband and most of his family slowly open gifts and try to save the paper. I have to take a Xanax and chew an extra piece of Nicorette to survive. That can be really frustrating when you're sitting there. Have you ever been to a family function and they're like, okay, everybody take turns. So we're going to go round robin. Now you, Jimmy, get to open a package, and you, Sue, open a package, and you, Danny, open a package next. And it's one by one, and everybody is going very slowly, and you're sitting there and you're just so excited to open the gift. And you're like, come on, people, hurry up. That's happened to me. Penny's saying, oh, Vinny, put a paper grocery bag down. Mine love to play in those. Yes, they do. Yeah, it is. It's the anticipation of what's underneath the paper. Mimi says, I didn't attach a note. Everyone be careful if you ordered mercury glass garlands from Sunday. Well, that's good to know. Thank you so much, Cindy. So we are not done opening this package yet, you guys. There is some other cool stuff inside here. Wow. Now look at this, you guys. I mean, that is just some fantastic packaging. And I love these little cards that you put in here. I really do. And see, look at that. The Santa on that. Oh, my goodness. And I love anything, again, with Holly Berry. That's just my favorite. I don't know what attracts me to it, but it's just wonderful. So we've got the Merry Christmas card, if that's going to show up with the ribbon there. And then on the inside, it says, may the season bring you great gifts of joy. That is so cute. The scalloped edge is really fun. I'll have to use that this Christmas. Yeah, beautifully wrapped. And then you've got the snowflakes here on this package. I love this, Miss Pamela. You are awesome. Katie, that drives me nuts. Just go with it. Yes, I'm a do it now person. So if you don't know me, I am not someone that likes to wait. If I have an opportunity to open something right away, I will. I don't sit and wait. Some people will give me birthday cards. My birthday was this week, and I'll get birthday cards 2 days early, and people say, oh, well, you can open it on your birthday. And I'm like, no, I'll just go ahead and open it now. Why not, So that's just how I am. Okay, let's open this. And I know I'm missing some of the chat, so I'm sorry. Oh boy, this is fun. Okay, let's see. Now this is Christmas ad inside. Okay, hang on. Oh, this is General Electric, and it's the records. And let me move this so that I can. And here's a card. So this is Show and Tell Picture Sound Program by General Electric. And this is Dracula. So, I mean, how cool is this for Halloween? But also, just finding some of these old records are so cool. And I like sort of a record history. So, I really, really like that. No, actually, Jacob, this isn't a new hat. Well, it's not new. I don't know that you've seen it. You've seen my grandfather's hats, but this hat is made by. I'll take my hat off. It's made by Adam Hats, which is a hat brand out of New York City. It's a truly vintage hat from probably 1950, and it does have a soft crushable top so you can mold it. It's one of those hats, like it's a fedora and you can flip it down or flip it up. And it's a really great hat. It's super soft. It's like a suede material. It's a really nice hat. Night, Cindy. Thank you so much for coming. Good night, Mimi. I have the same problem going back to work at 7 a.m. Got a few things left in my gift drawer. You know, I live in an apartment, so I can't really do a gift drawer. So I get things as I need it for people, but I do have a card stash. So if I need to send out a birthday card or something like that, then I can. Vintage Vinny. I've never heard of that. I'll have to give it a try. What is Vintage Vinny saying? I missed something. He said, for anyone who has cats or dogs, did you know that a small drop of lavender essential oil will calm them down? No, but that's a really good tip, Benny. Unfortunately, I am allergic to lavender. I'm highly allergic to lavender, and I will break out in hives, so I can't have lavender in my house, which is too bad. We have the top hat that my great grandfather wore when he got married in 1927. We put a corsage on it and display it for Christmas. How awesome, Benny, is that? That is amazing. I love that so much. Yes, I have my great grandfather's hat, Papa B, and I have my Papa's hat, my grandfather, and then I have all of these wonderful hats, which I pick up through eBay and other places. You just have to make sure they're clean, but they're really lots of great hats out there. So this is the General Electric Show and Tell records, and there's this one's Dracula. This one is the Three Bears. And then you've got this one, that's Sleeping Beauty. And you have, of course, Frankenstein. Now, I really like these because I like sort of a record history of things. And I think it's really fun when you get different records that, you know, even if you're not going to necessarily play them all the time, they're fun to sort of have a group of things that you can look and say, okay, records were like this at one point, because there's all different kinds of records. You have flexi discs, you have 45s, you have LPs, you have advertising records, you have cylindrical records, you have metal records, you have, and to have a little history of all of that's fun. You even have the Edison diamond discs that were 1/4 of an inch thick. So this is really cool. Now these come with instructions, and they are 45 size, but what's interesting about them, let me see if I can show this. This spins at 33 1/3 RPM, and I'm holding that incorrectly. Always, guys, hold a record by the side or putting your finger in the middle if it's a 45 and holding it on the side. You don't want to get your thumbprints all over the record and get that dirt down in the grooves. So, but anyway, this is just fantastic. Really a great record. And look at the graphics on the inside here. It's got a story. Oh my gosh, this is fun. And these are 33 1/3, so I will be able to play them for you on my Instagram. Video is working tonight. Yay, Sarah, thanks so much for joining. I'm glad it is. Hello, Christina. I'm so glad you are here. That is awesome. And glad I asked. That could have been a disaster. What was a disaster, Vinny? Let's see. Vinny says, oh no, the person who told me that said to apply it to their collar, not to drink it. Okay, that's good, Vinny, to know. And Dana's saying, both of my dogs are taking Prozac, and I give them CBD oil. What does that say about my parenting skills? You know, I tried CBD oil for my dog, when the 4th of July happened because my dog is terrified of the fireworks. But it didn't really work for Louie. She was just really upset by it all. But thankfully, she's not too worried so much about thunder and rain. That's the lightning that she doesn't care for. So I have to watch out for that. Yeah. Christy's saying, you have to be careful with essential oils. My cat had to be hospitalized because I added essential oils to talc to apply it to my cat. Oh, no, that's not good at all. Yeah, you have to be careful with some of the stuff that you give your dogs. Hey, Carrie. Oh, you just missed Louie. I'm so sorry, but I'll post Louie on Instagram so you can see. I'm so glad you finally got on Instagram. I was just showing some things from Pamela, and here's the show and tell records. I've got some vintage Christmas ornaments here. A Decca Merry Christmas Bing Crosby record. And then I also picked up some really cool Japan not salt and peppers, but candle huggers, which these will be great on the lucite candlesticks that I have. So that's going to be really great. So that is all that's in this box here. I didn't miss anything. So that's awesome. Pamela, if you are still watching, it arrived absolutely beautifully. Everything was packaged extremely well. Nothing broken. It is just so fantastic. I'm really glad about that. And I do have the card left from Pamela, so I'll go ahead and open that. Of course, how cute is this? It says thanks. I love that black and white striped design. And of course, it says, hi, Katie. Thank you so much for another wonderful purchase, baby. I can't wait to see what you do with the vintage Christmas ads and gave you, oh, yes, thank you so much on the records. You are always so sweet to work in the chat during my live sales. Love, Pamela. Oh, that's so sweet, Pamela. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to be a moderator. I like being a moderator. But you know what's funny today is I got put in timeout by mistake, and it doesn't matter who did it, but I was laughing hysterically that I got put in timeout because I have done that to so many of you guys by accident, and I felt for the person so much. I was sitting there, and I was thinking, man, this poor lady feels so horrible. She put me in timeout, and I'm like, it's not a big deal. I'll be able to get back into the sale soon. But I have done that to people, and it's so easy as a moderator to accidentally do that. And I was just laughing because it happened to me finally. And the person I could see in the chat, but I couldn't comment. She was like, I'm so sorry, Katie. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's no problem. But being a moderator can be hard, but it's also fun sometimes. So I love doing it, and it's kind of fun to have the wrench and be a wench, as Thrift View says. Okay, so I've got a few other packages here. If you guys want to see what else is in the mail here, I'm going to move some of these things out of the way so nothing gets broken. I don't want that to happen. That would be bad. I need to get some of this packaging out from over here so that it's not in my way. My timing of Angela was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Sometimes you do make friends through all those little mistakes. That happened to me once, and I was like, what the heck did I do? Yeah, and people don't mean it. And it happened to me the other day on Misty's sale. I finally got to be a moderator on Misty's sale, and that was like, I was so ecstatic. And I know that it's a moderator, it's not that big of a deal, but it's fun when you get to be asked because obviously people trust you enough to be a moderator. And this lady commented, was trying to spell her last name, but I thought that it was the F word. And several of us did, actually. And we put this poor lady in timeout. And Misty goes, no, that lady just bought something from us. Don't put her in timeout. And I was like, oh no, I felt so bad and badly. And I was commenting, and I was like, I am so sorry to whoever I just did. It was terrible. I felt horrible. But, she came back, and I think everything was okay. She understood it was a mistake. But, the chat's moving fast. You see something that looks like the F word, and you think, oh my gosh, we can't have that. That's got to go. And you're just immediately deleting it and timing out. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. It was a long name. I don't even know the name anymore. But it was like, oh no, go to the corner. Yeah. Vinny, what was it that you were talking about? The lavender. Well, if you have a dog or cat, he was saying, and you need to calm him down, apparently lavender works. No, it was not like the movie at all. Although I know people were talking about that and someone else's sale, the movie, Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers. And I thought, oh no, that's probably going to get some of the moderators wondering what in the world's going on. I bet they had to approve that comment. Benny's saying, I have heard from someone that a drop of lavender exactly can calm them down. Mary Beth from Fatbird Finds accidentally timed Jamie out. I remember when that happened, and she felt so badly about it. You know, it happens to me, and especially if I get up to get something and I'm carrying the phone, you know, my thumb might press somebody and I feel so terrible. And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to set the phone down, then go get my item, and then come back to the sofa so I don't have that happen. I think Misty felt sorry for me and made me a moderator, but I don't care. I'll take it. I was thrilled. Yes, Christy, I tried to put in a good word for you. It was just it's thrilling when you become a moderator on someone's channel. It's like, woohoo, I've got all the power. I got a wrench now. Kim's saying it looked like, yeah, it did. So Kim was there that day. I'm laughing, not at the person's name, but the whole situation was really funny. Yeah, no, it really did. Okay, so now explain this to me. This is, oh, I don't want to show my address. Oops, hang on. Let me just pull that off of there. Hopefully that wasn't blasted across the internet. Okay, so explain this to me. This package here says, do not bend. Well, look at that, y'all. What did the post office decide to do? They decided to cram this into my tiny little mailbox. Now, that's just crazy. I don't understand that. It says do not bend, and it's clearly misshapen. So what in the world was the post office person thinking? I don't know. He says, what happens if you get timed out? I make cheeky comments, and thankfully most people know that it's you. Yes, Benny, we know that you're not a troll, so we won't time you out. Well, you just get timed out for 300 seconds, which I finally figured out today is 5 minutes. So basically 5 minutes you're gone from the chat. But if multiple moderators do it, then every time a moderator does it, you get timed out for 300 more seconds. So that's what happens. Angela says, was watching back Erin's sale and she was so sweet. Yes, it was driving me crazy too. And Erin was being so nice. And I thought, you know, that's tough because as a moderator, I would have eventually escorted the person out because I think that it was distracting people in the chat. And, you know, you can't just keep spamming the chat with the same question over and over again. But at the same time, I understand that taking some of those trolls out that aren't being vulgar, but they're just being annoying, makes them mad, and then it causes problems. So it's like, as a moderator, what do? It becomes really tough, and you know, it's hard to know exactly what to do, but you just try to do your best. Joni's saying that's a good tip about calming dogs. Yes, you should do that, Joni. It would make a great gift. I can't select that comment from the screen, but you're killing me in the chat. Oh my gosh. Okay. You got me tickled. I swear, Vinny, you get me rolling and then I just die laughing. Okay, Pamela's saying, I think of two or more mods. Yeah, they're blocked. But I don't know for how long, because you can't physically, that I know of as a moderator, block the person for good. So I don't know how that works, but it must be multiple people. Yes, the sale yesterday. Yeah, Carrie, I think you had left before that. It was at the very end. And I don't know that that person was 12. They claim they were 12 years old from India, but I don't really know. It seemed like a troll, and they kept asking where Erin was from and telling her she was pretty, and I don't know. It was not a good thing. Yes, at Thrift Used sale. Yeah, Thanks for telling them I was real. Well, there's so Gritty Rat who's in all of our chats. A lot of times, people have been noticing now that he's commenting, and I've noticed that Patrick said it, and a couple of other channels will say, "Oh, I've never seen Gritty Rat. Are you sure that's real?" And I'm like, "Yes, he's real. He's been on Misty's channel all the time since the very beginning of all of Misty's sales." And I was like, "So he's totally real, you know." Yeah, he definitely was a troll and a pervert and needed to go. But, I really applaud Erin for being so nice. She was handling it beautifully, I gotta say. But I that was hard to watch in the chat. Pamela. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, Pamela, all of you guys are cracking me up. I needed this laugh. Thank you so much. Yes, thrift use. I never put anyone in timeout unless they swear. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, because on Pamela's sale, there were trolls coming in. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing so hard. There were trolls coming in. Oh, hi, Fatbird Finds. Thank you so much for joining. You caught me in a moment of hysterical laughter because we were talking about someone that came on the chat that had a name that was spelled with the F word. It was spelled with F, and it looked like the F word, and so I accidentally put them in timeout because I thought they were being inappropriate. But they weren't. They were just a buyer, and I felt so badly. But yes, that does happen, and it's hard to know as a moderator, like, to take them out, because on Pamela's channel, someone got mad, and I felt badly about that. But it's like, at the same time, that's also distracting for the sale, and they sometimes will bid on things and make the numbers go up, and they're not a real person. So I don't know, that's just crazy. Yes, hello, Fatbird Finds. I'm so glad you were here. She said, I wish I could keep a straight face. I'm sure you and Kelly were just dying laughing over that. I told Vinny, and I told Vinny this once, but I'll share it here on the chat. So one time I worked on a charity phone bank. So I was in charge of taking calls and taking donations. And basically the way it worked is someone would call in and say, I want to donate X amount of money for this charity. And then here's my credit card number and here's the address, right? And I've been on plenty of charity phone banks before. That's something I've helped out with in the past quite a lot. So I'm pretty used to talking to people and all of that. But the first lady I get right out of the gate, she calls, and I thought it was a spam call. I really did. I almost didn't take her number because she goes, hi, yes, I'd like to make a donation, for $75 or whatever it is. And I thought, okay, that's fantastic. What is your credit card number? Is that Visa, MasterCard, whatever? And the lady goes, oh, yes. And she started to give it to me. And I said, well, I'll need your address first. And she goes, okay, yes, it's 454 Poo-Poo Street, Poopoo. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? And the lady's just telling me this, and I was almost about to hang up because I thought it was a joke, The lady goes, oh no, that's my real street address. I live in Hawaii, and that's the street name. And I just about died laughing on the phone. But of course, it was being filmed for an on-air television special to raise this money. So I had to keep a total straight face. And the person next to me saw what was going on too. And we were both about to just crack up laughing. And I was trying to take this lady's information. It was the funniest thing. Yes, I would have too. It was so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. I would have lost it. Vinny, I almost did. And after the chat, not the chat, but the phone call, the phone bank thing, I just died with this person sitting next to me. I was like, oh my gosh. So until yes, I could never live on a street with that name either. I'd have to get a street name that I could spell and that sounded okay, because that just wouldn't fly. Like, I wouldn't want to have to call for anything to anybody and try to spell that name, or let alone type it out like on Amazon. I mean, come on, that's so bad. I would have just, about died laughing if I had to do that every time that I, had to give that street address. I've worked on some panels and I've gotten some really hilarious calls from people volunteering on different things. But that's my one story from the charity phone call drive. So I was showing this package here, and yes, it is bent, even though it says do not bend. So thank you so much, Post Office, for doing a good job keeping it straight. I do appreciate that they decided to just jam it in my postal locker today. I don't know why they decided to do that, but we will see if everything is still intact. We visited a place called Boogertown in North Carolina. No, I couldn't live there at all, Penny. That would be horrible. I would be the next town hall meeting demanding a street name change. Have you ever seen, of course you guys have, the show Gilmore Girls, and they have the town hall meetings, and it's all trivial stuff that's usually at the town hall meeting. Well, I would like to go to a town hall meeting like that, especially if you had a street name like that and you could protest it. There's a town I go through on the way to the cabin called Slap House, Alabama. Oh gosh, that's such a terrible name. Yes, I love Gilmore Girls. I do too. It's such a great show. It really is. Okay, so let's see if this stuff got bent or not. Also, okay, let's see. I think it might be okay. I don't know. We're going to see. Kind of nice packaging here. There's a note from the person. Oh, okay. They just sent me an invoice. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to try to not bend this anymore. One thing that you guys do in the community that I really like is not all of you use packing tape to tape your items shut. And I appreciate that because it is really hard to get out when you've got packing tape on something. There's probably something else in the chat that I missed. Let's see. Oh boy. No, unfortunately, I think some of these got bent. Well, that's a shame. They can be flattened out with a heavy book. But the post office has really got to do a better job at that. Okay, yeah, these got a little wrinkle, but it's not a big deal, I don't think. So, boy, let's see. Okay, I think that's it. So I got a lot of Denison die cuts. Now, I'm a big fan of the die cuts because I live in an apartment and it's hard to put up, full-blown decorations for things. Let's see, I'm missing some things in the chat. There is a town in PA called Scorton, and every time I saw it, oh, Ken, I would have probably read it that way too. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Schitt's Creek is such a great show. I love that show so much. It is so funny. Well, I hope they aren't in the chat, Katie. It's kind of nice packaging. No, they're not. This is an eBay seller. And it's not the fault of the eBay seller at all. It's the post office. I just, we have a route that hasn't been solidified, so we're not like a neighborhood that's been around forever. So we're a new route, and we keep getting fill-in postmen. We don't have a dedicated post guy yet, and so I think it kind of happens. It's a learning curve for everybody. Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining this late night chat. It's so cool that 26 people of you are watching. I appreciate that. Dana says there's a little town called, oh no, if you blink, you'll miss it, but it cracks me up every time I see Sugar Tit. Oh my gosh, what a town name. That's hilarious. What's Vinny saying? Can you imagine if I lived in Sugar Tit, South Carolina? Yeah, Vinny, it does. Some of these town names, it's like, why in the world did they even name them these things? I don't know at all. Some of them are hilarious. Amish country here. So Jacksonville doesn't have anything that's really crazy that I can think of. Although there is a street that we had, and the street name is Chippewa. Street, and my GPS used to say, it could never say it right. So when you go to that side of town, it would go Chippewa, Chippewa. And I just used to think that was so funny. The chat is hysterical. This is a really great live chat, guys. I'm having so much fun. I sent you a surprise, and I got a notification that it was delivered. Oh, good. I'm so glad that Nicole Northgarden's getting something fun. Let's see. I don't know if I missed anything else in the chat. But what I'll show is the die cuts here. Now, these are for 4th of July, so I know that's a long time off. But I ended up getting a really good deal on this lot of Denison die cuts. And I've got, of course, Abe Lincoln here. And then we've got George Washington and the Statue of Liberty. Now, this is the one that got a little wrinkled, but it's not bad on the bottom. So there's Statue of Liberty. You can see it's a little wrinkled on the back. Let me see where it says Denison, because I do know that these are Denison. But if you ever get these old die cuts, Denison is really small at the bottom, so it's hard to find. But I will find that they're Denison. But anyway, here's the Statue of Liberty. Here's the Liberty Bell. So this is a big die cut. This will probably take up half of my door when I do hang it. But it is a little, crinkled. I don't know if you can see that. But it will be okay. Let's see where I cannot for the life of me find the Denison mark on the bottom. Oh, there it is. It's really tiny. Can you guys see that? Probably not, but it does say Denison right there. Man, that's really little. And then here we've got the Capitol building in Washington. So there's the Capitol building in D.C. So these will be great for 4th of July or any other patriotic type holiday. So I was really excited to get those. Okay, let's see. Sandra's here. Is that Pink Elephant Parlor's here? Hey, thank you so much for coming, Pink Elephant. That's fantastic. Yes, so it's 77 degrees here. We had a lot of rain. For all of you guys that were asking about the hurricane, we really didn't get a hurricane. It was more of a tropical storm that came through, and it really didn't last all that long. So we only had probably several hours worth of rain this morning, and it really brought the temperature down to about 77, which I enjoyed. Yep, I asked my friend to stop so I could take a picture of it. Oh, let me see. What did I miss? Was there something funny, Joni said? Joni said, I was driving in France, and we turned down a corner and a directional arrow to the town Condom. Oh, my gosh, Joni, that is hysterical. I think I would have just about died laughing. There was a town. So when I was in England, there was a town that we drove through, and it was all sheep. And the town's name, no joke, was Back End. Back End was the name of the town. Yep. Yes, I am Michelle, for you wondering. Oh, yeah, Daytona Beach. Yeah, my best friend, her mom lives in the Daytona Beach area. That's fun. Yeah. Oh, in Ormond Beach. Yeah, I know where that is, Carrie. That's not too far away. Now, I've got some more packages here, and I'll show something. This is from Jeffrey, a real nifty vintage. Look at the cute flamingo wrapping on this. This is just great. I love his packages. Of course, you know Jeffrey is our resident flamingo guy. And I just found out that Crafty Jackie collects flamingos as well, which is great. So I'll have to look for some flamingos when I do my little, today reminder calendar thing. So I can put that on. So let me show you this. And again, I'm sorry, this is going to just be a lot of unwrapping. Okay, I'm getting to it. It's very well wrapped in this bubble wrap. And this is a cameo 10 brooch of the three ladies dancing. So this is very, very cool. And I love that. That's fantastic. So this is going to be really fun to wear. It won't go with what I'm wearing now because obviously, that doesn't match. But I will wear it probably on my jean shirt. But I think that's really fun. Let's see what other chat I've been missing. Alfie's or Betty's? I don't know. You guys know anything more than I do about this particular brooch? It does have the pin here on the back. It has the safety clasp. Now, the reason that they have the safety clasp on the back is not because they want you to not stick yourself, because a lot of people feel like that's on there so you don't stick yourself, and that's not actually the case. The reason they have it is they didn't want you to lose your very expensive pen, so safety being that it would keep it from falling off your shirt, because before they had that, they just had the stick pens, and those could get lost. Oh, that's okay, Carrie. I'm so sorry. Vintage Vinny says, aren't flamingos really mean birds? No, I've heard flamingos will attack you. They do peck. And there is a flamingo farm. That's kind of funny to say, flamingo farm, down where my friend lives, my other best friend in South Florida. And we've been there to see the flamingos. Is it rude that I tell customers to stick themselves or to get bent? Well, Vinny, if they are being really, really bad and disrespecting you, then I don't know that that's entirely a bad thing to say, to be quite honest. No worries, Sarah. I'm so glad you could come. I'm so glad you got to chat. Yes, it's 12:05 for you. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Yes, the three graces. Thank you. Christy, if you said that originally, that's right. I couldn't think of it. The three graces. That's exactly it. But it's a beautiful, really nice size pen. So I'm going to enjoy wearing that. Let's see, Dana says there are also only pink because the shellfish and the krill they eat. That's true. And, I didn't know much about flamingos until someone mentioned that in one of the chats. Carrie, it might have been you that mentioned that on Jeffrey's live sale. And I was kind of amazed because I'm like, how did I not know that? I live in Florida. We have flamingos. And I didn't know that. So I'm really glad to know that now. Yes, night, Miss Pamela, and night, Tippy, of course. Many great people here in the chat. So much snow and it's cold here. Well, I wish it were cold here. I don't do well in the heat and I really like the cold. So I love when it gets down in the 40s and 50s. And I know a lot of you people who are from colder climates are saying, no, I'll take the heat any day, but I'd be glad to swap with you. I really like the cold. Yes, Nancy really is a wealth of information. There are so many people here in the chat that are so knowledgeable. Ricky Donald, who comments on all of my videos, is extremely knowledgeable, and he knows so many things about just all kinds of topics. I learned so much about flamingos on Jeffrey's channel. Well, yes, me too. That's where I learned so much about flamingos, is because I know Jeffrey likes them, and people have been commenting so many things in the chat about flamingos. That is true. I'd love to find a Brad Keeler flamingo. I think a lot of people would, Vinny. That is a very popular find. Night, Kim. Thank you so much for joining. No worries. You get to bed. I know it's late for a lot of people, but I'm having fun just chatting with you all. I've got another package here. Do not bend, and thankfully it is okay. I hope I'm not showing my address on camera by mistake. Usually I open these things in advance, but I just got them down. Oh, Vinny, you are going to love this, my friend, because I know what this is, and you're going to really, really like this. So this is a Coca-Cola advertising piece. Yes, advertising. This is a Bridge Digest piece, but it is for Coca-Cola. And it says, serve Coca-Cola in bottles. It's so easy when you have frosty bottles of Coke in the refrigerator. Look at that. Isn't that not so cool? So you guys know that I collect Coca-Cola, but I also collect things that have the heart, the diamond, the spade, and the club on them. I don't know why I'm attracted to that imagery, but I really, really like that imagery as well. Nicole saying you would love Minnesota, Katie. Maryland is on the short list of where we're going next. Oh, that would be great, Nicole, if you and Vinny could get to meet up at some point. That is really, really cool. It is, Christy. I agree. Yep, Vinny's saying that's really cool. It is. It's super cool. And I bought this from a gentleman on eBay. Vinny, I don't know if you follow him or not. Like, on eBay, you can follow sellers. But one of his channel is Ray of Coke. That's what it is, Ray of Coke. And he actually has a collection of things right now from the guy that wrote the Coca-Cola book, Alan Petretti. And you can buy some of Petretti's collection, and I got this. It was not overly expensive. It was reasonably priced at $10, which I know for an advertisement piece, a piece of ephemera might be a lot, but I really wanted something from Alan Petretti's collection, and this is very cool. So it's got all of these Coke images on the inside here, and it features, this is Serve a Coke, and it says Coca-Cola is always easy to get, easy to serve, and easy on a budget. So that's the first little graphic. And then it tells you, of course, how to play bridge. And on the bottom here, there's a lady, two ladies, and it says hospitality can be so easy. Now, I have a hospitality ad. This is probably from 1952 or 53 because that's the hospitality slogan came out then. So it says hospitality can be so easy when you have plenty of delicious Coca-Cola in the refrigerator. So there's that advertisement. And then there's more. Every page is different. This one says serve Coca-Cola from ice cold picnic cooler. So there's that one. And this one says, for outdoor bridge, have plenty of ice cold Coca-Cola. And you've got the wheelbarrow with the Coke there. And each page, like I said, is different. This one says, a welcome pause after an evening of bridge. So you've got all the Cokes there. And then this graphic's cool. It says, so delicious with snacks, ice cold Coca-Cola. So that's really fabulous. And then this other one, the last page of the ad, says, bid one of a suit, even if it's balanced too strong for number one trump. Partner may pass up with a 7. Serve Coca-Cola in bottles. And there's the freezer and the bottles. And then this one has the classic 1950s lady on it. And it says, serve Coca-Cola iced and right out of the bottle. So this is just super cool. And then, of course, on the front here, you have the souvenir bridge digest. Now, I don't know if this was given out necessarily by the bottling plants as an advertisement. Let's see what it says. It says that it's coordinated by James W. Long in Roanoke, Virginia. Produced, okay, so yes, it was. It was a bottler piece. It says produced for the Coca-Cola bottler. Now, that is not the bottler magazine that Coke had, but it's for your local bottler. And I guess this is coming out of Roanoke, Virginia, which is kind of cool. So there's lots of great advertisements for Coke in this. Vinny says, no, you're not leaving, Melody. Okay, thanks, Melody, for being here and joining us. Yes, Ray of Coke. That is it, Vinny. I will send you on Instagram his link because he is really awesome. He has tons of Coca-Cola advertising as well, guys, if you're looking for other advertising. He is fantastic. He always ships very promptly. I think he lives in Orlando, so he's pretty close to me. And he has really good prices on things. Now, of course, some of the items are a little bit more mint. And since they were from Petretti's collection, he was asking more for that. And everything that I had sitting over here just tipped off on the ground. Thankfully, it was just packaging, so nothing got broken. But yes, really wonderful. Don't you have those beautiful Wedgwood pieces in the shapes of suits of cards? Yes, I do, Christy Garza. They are in my bathroom. And I didn't get a chance to show my bathroom or my bedroom on my apartment tour today because my apartment tour was already 50 minutes long. I rambled so long about each of the pieces I had. I just had to share information with you guys. So if you want to watch something else, there's that to watch. Michelle is saying, if any resellers on here come across rolls of piano paper, let me know. I collect vintage tea or cigarette cards. I sure will, Michelle. And if you don't know Nate from Nathaniel, he's got a great channel. And he just sent me some cigarette cards in the mail as friend mail, and they are so lovely. Check out my ephemera unboxing. Lots of cigarette candy cards, etc. Yes, that's right. Joni did have some for sale the other day in one of her sales, and she's got a lot of those. So really worth checking out. Vintageous Vintage Glass in China here on YouTube. She's got a great channel. Vinny was asking something, and I'm sorry that the chat's moved away from me. Hi, Joanne. I missed your comment, but thanks so much for joining us, Precious Lavender Buttons. The cigarette cards are small. They're small, and they would have come in packs of cigarettes. And they're sort of like collecting baseball cards or something like that. You try to collect them all. I did miss some chat here. Vinny was saying, you were saying to North Gardens. Okay. Dana saying, I love the cold too. Not freeze your eyeballs cold, but normal cold. And I really want to visit Minnesota. I've never been there, and it would give me an excuse to buy a cute coat and boots. So I agree with you, Dana. I don't like the freezing cold where it's like 10 degrees below zero or anything like that. But just cool, nice, crisp, cold weather. There is just something invigorating about that that's really wonderful that I love. I saw different styles of Wedgwood plates today. Reminded me of Nate and all of you guys. Yes, we got to get that plate to Nate. I saw that Patrick was saying that plate that we had all worked hard to get on that sale for Nate. They were saying the shipping was more than we had expected, but I'm sure all of us will chip in to do it because Nate so deserves it. He is a wonderful guy. He's so supportive, and he's always in all of our chats. Katie, did Nate say what was going on? Yes, Benny, and I really don't want to disclose too much information without Nate's consent, so I'll message you later on Instagram, and anyone that wants to know, please feel free to send Nate a message. He's been having a little bit of a rough time recently, and just make sure to send him a cool message on Instagram, a picture of your dog, anything to cheer him up and brighten his day a little bit. So we need to do that for Nate, but that's why he's been out of the chats recently. Michelle, I've seen ones with the beautiful flapper girls on it. So the ones Nate sent me has really awesome motorcycles on it. They are so cool. Yes, so there was a plate on Patrick's sale. It wasn't the sale for this week, but it was the sale last week that he did live from the Antique Mall, the Rustic Fox. There was a plate there that had his birth year on it. It was a Wedgwood plate. And Nate really liked it, and I don't think he had that one. So we all decided to chip in and buy the plate and then also ship it to New Zealand for anybody that's wondering. Yes, please go send a little happy message for Nate. Yes, if you want to help out with Nate shipping, please email Erin at the Collection Vintage. That's gentlethriftymama@gmail.com. And what she's going to be doing is gathering the total. She'll pay that invoice from the Rustic Fox because they're the ones sending out the invoice. And then she will all invoice us, dividing the shipping and everything. So it should be, yeah, that's so great of you, Michelle. I really appreciate it. I mean, by the time we divide it up, I think there was, last time I checked, like 30 people involved. So it should only be about $4 or $5 a piece. So Vinny's saying, I'd love to get my hands on a bunch of those Flapper Girl cigarette cards for cheap. I'm sure I can get some in a lot for cheap. Yes, Vinny, I think that would be so perfect for you if you could find that. I would think that that would be really amazing. And I look for pinup stuff for you all the time, Vinny. And I sent you that video from the other antique mall that had the pinup, the Playboy booth, but they were all older Playboys, so they weren't the kind that you collect. And I did see some of those calendar advertisements from the 50s, so I don't know if you got that video or not, but I'll resend it if you didn't. And if you see any you like, I'll be glad to go back there and pick it up for you because they did have some really cool ones. Oh, yes. Awesome, Dana. Thanks so much. Yeah, whatever it takes to get it to Nate because he really deserves that. He is just the most amazing friend in the community. We all love Nate. Wonder if we could work, like Joni said, to send to Canada and then to New Zealand. Maybe that's a really good idea, Joni. So if you want to email Erin about that, gentlethriftymama@gmail.com. In fact, I'll type that in the chat now. gentlethriftymama@gmail. See if I'm getting this right, .com. And guys, you can check that in the chat, and if it's wrong, you can fix it. But gentlethriftymama@gmail.com. You can email and do that as well. So we really want to get that plate to Nate. So Did I type that incorrectly? Yep, already someone corrected me. It's hard to see when you're typing here the way my light is. Oop, let me retype it. Can one of the moderators type that in for me? Vinny, or I think Melody, you're a moderator too. Let's see. Let's see if I get this right now. Oh boy, my mistake. Okay. I did see the video. The pinups were calendar pages, and they were exorbitantly priced for just one sheet. I have bought complete calendars cheaper. Okay, Vinny, that's good to know. Yeah, that one calendar that I did send you, they had just the cover of it, and they were asking $75. And I know that was insanely expensive. The other ones at $10 for me, for just a piece like that, weren't terrible, but I certainly wouldn't. If you say that that's expensive and you know because you collect it, then I certainly wouldn't do it for that. I guess their booth really needs to lower their prices on that. Patrick said the shipping was way more than the first estimated, so 4 or 5 isn't going to be enough apparently. Oh, okay, Michelle. Well, whatever it takes. I'm sure everyone in the community is very happy to pay whatever it takes to send it. I mean, I'll gladly chip in $20 for Nate because he really does deserve it. Thank you, Vinny, so much for doing that. I appreciate it. I just sent Nate a message and sent a picture of Tippy in a teddy bear costume. Oh, great, Christy. Thank you. That will cheer him up so much. Yeah, I had heard originally $150 for shipping, but it might be more now because shipping to New Zealand is just very, very expensive. If they were $3 to $4 a piece per page, that's a bit more reasonable. Yeah, and that antique mall, their prices are really good for the most part, but there is a couple of booths that are pretty high. But I found, so the turkey planter I had in my live sale, I found there for $3. So, that's a pretty good price at that antique mall. And I have found lots of things there, like those uranium. I bought a whole bunch, and I've given them out in mystery boxes. I gave them one away on my lives. I found a whole bunch of them for like $1 a piece, and it was Hawking's cameo pattern, uranium teacups. And I got one for myself because I wanted a pattern. I wanted not Anchor Hawking. Have to catch myself there. It's Hawking's cameo. Hawking is older than Anchor Hawking, but yeah, that was a reasonable price, I thought. Vinny's saying he has a Hager turkey planter that I want to wage war at a sale. Well, Vinny, that might be really popular, especially with Thanksgiving coming up now. I think people will really like that. No worries, Pamela. I am so glad you joined tonight at the perfect time to see me open your box. Thank you so much. You packaged everything up just absolutely beautifully, and I hope you sleep well tonight. Katie, did you say you had uranium? Who had the uranium in their sale today? It was Cindy at Cindy's Thrifting again, and that uranium piece did sell. I should have grabbed it for you, Christy, because you might have really liked it. It was a reasonable price, too, at $10. Because that particular celery bowl is the Indiana Tea Room, and I have seen that sell for over $75 on eBay as sold. So that's a good piece to find. That's nuts. It would cost me $50 to ship to airmail to Australia. To New Zealand, it would be similar. Well, Joni, maybe we should just ship it to you, because that's insane. The shipping is so crazy expensive these days. And the post office has already raised their rates. So you know how that is. They were beautiful. They really were. Nancy saying, I want to do a live sale, but I'm still short for 100 subscribers. Once I hit that, I will try. Well, Nancy, everybody sees you in all of the chats. You're always so kind to comment. Everybody knows who you are. And I really think that if you keep promoting yourself through the different sales, like showing up to the different sales, more subscribers will come, and you'll be able to get some people happening on your YouTube page, and I'll try to promote your channel as well best that I can. I don't have tons of subscribers to send your way, but I will try, and of course that will be really fun when you do your first sale, because people do know you in the community, and I know they'll come out to support you. And also, if you can, promote yourself on Instagram. That really helps. Get on Instagram and post constantly. That really does get people interested in your channel. Yes, that is a good question, Vinny. I cannot always, but I have a lot of fun, and there is some, and then there is Vinny. Okay, so there's some content. Yes, please, everybody subscribe to This Overstuffed House, who is Nancy. If you didn't know, please sub, definitely. And if you're a moderator and you can post her link in the chat, that would be great. I can't do that right now without losing all of you guys. I'm going to take a sip of my water if you guys don't mind. I hate to do that on camera, but I am thirsty. Okay, so I've got one more package here that I can open up for you guys. And again, this one says do not bend, and they did a good job not bending it. I just think what the post office does sometimes is really funny. Michelle's saying if there are 30 people and we'll chip in 20, that's $600. I should think it would cover it. I would too, for such a small plate. That's the thing, is it's not like it's a big box or it's overly heavy. So I really think that shouldn't be terrible to ship that plate. I mean, it's going to be expensive, but it's not going to be exorbitant. I couldn't imagine that. It doesn't weigh more than a pound. Oh, thanks, Vinny. You are awesome. You are doing a great job as a moderator. And everybody else who's a moderator on my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Is Sherry Lynn in the chat? Sherry, thanks for joining if you are. Sherry Lynn will probably be doing a sale on Friday or of this week. Yeah, Sherry Lynn was in Patrick's chat. She's in everybody's chat, and I don't know if you guys have seen her, but she has a YouTube channel, and she wants to do a live sale. So we all will support her when she does one. And if you can, go subscribe to Sherry Lynn on YouTube. And yes, thank you. Please give this a thumbs up. I try not to beg for thumbs up, but that is really nice. Nancy, I'm so glad that you subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing to Christy. Thank you so much to subscribing for Nancy. I got to get that right. Okay, so let me open this last package here. I know this is another die cut. I got a really good deal on die cuts, and when I say good deal, we're talking like $1 or $2 a piece. So I really couldn't turn that down, and I know it's not time for Easter, but I think this was an Easter die cut. Yeah, Louie's finally sleeping, for all of you guys who are wondering. She was all excited to see you guys, and now she's taking a nap. She's had a busy day running around today. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh boy, they really have done a good job taping this up. Let's see. Oh, okay. I got 2 die cuts and 1 thing. So this is, again, I think it's Denison. Although what's interesting is I don't know that this one's marked, but they say it's Denison, so I'm guessing it is. Let me take that off. So here's a little Easter Peter Rabbit cottontail die cut. And then this one is marked Denison, USA. And it's the little chickadee. There we go. And it's Denison, USA. See how tiny the marks are on these old die cuts? You really got to hunt them down. They're in really inconspicuous spots. So there's Denison, USA. And this one, I don't see where it says Denison. Again, they're tiny, so who knows? But this probably is Denison. But they're really adorable. And they will be fun at Easter on the back of my door. The die cuts are really great. I cannot wait for Nate to see his surprises. Yes, Penny, that's right. There's a secret project I am working on for all of you guys that don't know for Nate, and I'm not going to say too much more about it because it is a surprise, but that's what Vinny's talking about. Yes, they do have a baby rabbit. Yeah, Denison has quite a few Easter die cuts. Now, what I don't know is if all Denison die cuts are marked. Like, for example, I would think that they would be, but this one, I cannot find a marking for Denison. but it was listed as Denison, and there were about 10 other listings also saying that this was Denison. Now, I don't know if they copied the first listing, but I don't see Denison on here at all. I'm guessing this is from the 70s or so, I would think. I don't think it's super, new or anything. But I don't see Denison on here. So if you guys know anything specifically about the old die cuts, because I know a little bit more about H.E. Lures, those die cuts and that kind of thing, than I do Denison. Yes, it's a baby duck. Oh, how cute. Yep, same rabbit. Oh, that's great. That's so good, Nancy. Yeah, lots of fun things in the mail, and these vintage Christmas things from Pamela are going to be lots of fun. They are really adorable. They sure are, Melody and Penny. So I thank you guys for joining me this evening. I've been on an hour and 30 minutes. Do you guys have anything that you want to chat about? I will be showing on Wednesday nights now. I will be showing more of this Better Homes and Gardens magazine from 1959. And if all of you guys were here yesterday, actually, when the live went down, I was showing this nasty Jello mold from this magazine. And Jamie was so sweet. For all of you guys that missed out yesterday, YouTube was down. And so a lot of you guys were having trouble in the chat. You couldn't see my video. It was basically a big mess. So let's see. So basically, she was giving a play-by-play. So for all of you guys that missed this, this is Miracle Whip, food with a flair, and it is Miracle Whip with Jello. So that just sounds awfully good, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Penny's saying, now I have to binge watch your videos. Oh, thank you. If you're talking to me or Nancy, I'm not sure. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Well, for Thanksgiving, Christina, this year's been a little bit different, and I can't see my family this year, so I am just going to stay in. I like to cook, so I'm going to have fun kind of, I think, by myself, just cooking a whole meal. I probably will go and do the whole shebang. I love cooking turkey and trying different turkey techniques, so I will be doing that. And, of course, I got to make stuffing and mashed potatoes, and I'll do probably asparagus with hollandaise sauce and that kind of thing. And then I'll take a little bit of that in a container and leave it outside my grandparents' door so that at least they'll get a meal. So that's probably what I'll be doing. Of course, I will be watching the Macy's Day Parade if they still have one planned, because I have to see that every year. I usually get up, I have my coffee, I make some cinnamon rolls, and then I sit and I watch the parade, which is my favorite thing to do. It's the most relaxing time in my house. Yes, it is. So Jacob came to my Thanksgiving dinner a few years ago, and we just had so much fun. It was really great. Jacob's my friend, for all of you guys that don't know who Jacob is in the chat. And we had a really good time eating food. And Jacob's like me, we love different side dishes. And so we had a whole smorgasbord of side dishes. It was so good. Yes, and I do. I have to say I really like to cook, and there's a few recipes that I feel like I've nailed, if I do say so myself. Katie, can you share? Sherry will be having a sale at 7 p.m. tomorrow. She sits from South Carolina. Yes, absolutely. Angela, thanks for pointing that out. Angela does a great job doing the calendar every week. She is amazing. She does the calendar and she posts it on Instagram and the Discord. But I also do my own little thing that I've been doing for a while, where I like to share what's going on every day. And the reason I started doing that was not so much to say, oh, look, I'm doing a calendar. It was more that I needed to keep track of things myself. So the best way for me to do that was to put it all in one list on Instagram. And I'm really glad to promote people as well on Instagram so people know what sales are happening. I think that's really good. So between everything that's been posted on YouTube recently, so Angela does the calendar every week. She is awesome. Trisha at Sandy and Otto, I think, is doing some sort of calendar on her channel that you guys can check out, and then Misty's Discord page. We all should be able to stay informed. And I'll try to post about Sherry's sale on Discord as well. So thanks, Angela, so much. Jello feels weird in your mouth. Yes, Vinny, Jello has a very weird texture, and most people don't really like Jello all that much. I don't mind Jello, but I don't like it when it's mixed in with other things. Melody saying, I have a question. When you end your videos, you stay in, stay safe. Yes, I'm saying binge YouTube. So when the pandemic started, I thought that and that's when I started my channel. I thought, well, I ought to start saying binge something, and of course stay in, because that's what everybody was doing at the time. Was we were all stuck in our houses, and we were all watching copious amounts of TV and Netflix and that kind of thing. And that's just kind of what stuck. And of course, once the pandemic ends, I guess I will have to find something different to say. But I do like the stay in, stay safe, and binge YouTube. That's sort of just been my thing. And I think YouTube's fun to say, binge YouTube, because we all like to watch each other's content. Katie, what do you think of Instagram's new look? I just noticed it today. I don't like Instagram's new look, and YouTube's new look is awful. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but let me show you my YouTube page, my home screen here. So this is just really frustrating to me. Look at well, this isn't going to show up, is it? No, it probably isn't. But see, they got rid of the button at the bottom where you can check your notifications. It's up at the top, and it's tiny. You can't even see it. It's so small. That is just really annoying to me. I don't like this big plus button at the bottom. I know that's so you can add a video, but how annoying is that? And how many people are actually adding videos from their phone? Usually you're doing some sort of editing on a computer. I don't know. That just seems so weird. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm so sorry, y'all, but I'm not a big fan of it at all. Yes, I'm so glad that I can do that. And Angela, thank you so much. I never want you to feel like I'm stepping on your toes by taking over some sort of a calendar. I just had started doing it really more so for myself. And then Nate asked me if I would send him a list of what's going on every day. And I thought, well, I'll just keep doing it on Instagram. And it's kind of fun to do. I like Instagram stories. And I have fun designing the Instagram stories with the little emojis and the music. I don't know. It's just sort of my fun therapy for the day. I like to get up and have my coffee and work on my Instagram story. I don't know why. It's just sort of relaxing and fun to do that. Sherry's channel. Well, Sherry's channel is just Sherry Lynn, and I will have to share her Instagram in the chat. Her Instagram. Oh my Lord. I'll have to share her YouTube channel in the chat. I don't know if any of the moderators can do that. Let me see. I might be able to do this, guys, from my phone. So hang on one second. Let me see. I don't want any feedback. Hang on. Okay. Let me see if I can add, because I know people are having trouble finding her channel. If you guys are ever having trouble finding a channel, you can search for filters. And then you can go on, search for filters, and then you'll find usually the channel you want. And then you can share it. So that's the best thing to do. And I'm now understanding that there is a delay. But, oh, thank you, Vinny. Vinny did it. Awesome. Okay, Vinny is great. He shared it as well. Can I not share it because I'm a moderator? You can. I just didn't know if you guys could find it or not, because her channel was a little hard to find. So if you're a moderator, you could do that as well. Vinny was saying, back in the day, I used to upload my YouTube videos directly from my phone. And since I started editing, I don't do that anymore. Well, that is a good point. I guess if you were just, putting something directly from your phone footage, then you could be able to do that. Michelle Decker, who's asking who Sherry is. Sherry is a longtime watcher of a lot of our sales, and she's always in the chat, and she wants to do her own live sale. So she's going to be doing that soon and getting in the live sale and vintage game. So she will be doing that tomorrow at 7. Dana saying, why do they keep changing things? Us old people get used to something. We learn how to use it, and then it changes. And that is really frustrating. One thing that irritated the daylights out of me was on Instagram. And have you guys experienced this yet or not? It asked me if I wanted to merge with Facebook. And I thought, oh yeah, well, I can get my Facebook messages and my Instagram messages all in one. That sounds like a great idea, especially because I have a lot of friends that use not Instagram, but Facebook to message me. And that's how we communicate back and forth a lot of times because it's free. You don't have to use cell service if you're on Wi-Fi. So I did that, and I was really mad that I did because then it changed my whole Instagram layout. And I thought, darn, why did I do that? And then I can't undo it. So once you do it, you're kind of stuck with that. And I just don't like it. I don't know. I like the old school way of how things were done. You don't have to be old to like things to say the same. That's very true. We all like things to say the same because they're familiar and they're comforting. Christina's saying, I don't have a lot of IG subscribers, but I like to try to promote other YouTube channels. I like that our community is supportive of one another. And yes, Christy, our community is absolutely so supportive of one another. Everybody is so kind and amazing, and it just blows my mind how sweet everybody is. Tonight in one of the live sales, Dee won an item, and she decided to gift it to somebody else that didn't have a collection of uranium glass and wanted to start. And she was just so nice to give up the uranium item she won and give it to somebody else. And I just thought that was so nice. Everybody is absolutely amazing and kind. Angela, I am going to make you a moderator. And then there's some other people here in the chat that I'm sure would like to be moderators as well. And I should make moderators. I kind of like the idea of having more moderators than you need because I think that always works out. So everybody, you're getting moderator status. Okay, there we are. You should all be moderators now. You got the power with the wrench. Yeah, she was at the JOMDR sale. That's right, Penny. Penny was saying something funny, and apparently I missed it. Angela's saying that, yes, I share, but it doesn't come up as a link. Okay, well, Angela, it should now because you're a moderator, so you should be able to. Nancy is saying, I have my phone to film on, and then I have to download it to the laptop to edit. Getting a better camera was my next project until they told me they could no longer repair my heater. Yeah, cameras are very expensive, and you have to kind of wait, I think, until Black Friday or till they're having a really good sale. Because that's the best time to get a camera. Now, as far as doing your phone, I have found this works the best for me because I used to film off of my phone, and then I decided to start using my DSLR. For all of you guys that don't know, I like photography. That's my other hobby. So I do have a DSLR camera for that, and it doesn't shoot in 4K, so I do a lot of my videos through that camera. But I was filming on my phone, and I found that my phone was running out of storage, so I had to stop filming on my phone because I couldn't get the videos off the phone because I had over 6,000 photos, and most of them were probably Louie, and I just didn't want to delete them because Louie's so adorable. But one of the things you can do is send it to Facebook Messenger, and then you can take Facebook Messenger videos and plot them on your computer from Facebook Messenger. So you just drag and drop them out of Facebook Messenger. You can do this for photos, which is really great. If you want to do a title card for your videos, you can do that with photos. So that works really well. Vinny's saying that that's what I do. I have the same laptop since high school. I've been out of school since 2013, and I've done some serious damage to this one now. My laptop is close to about 6 years old now, and Apple was telling me that I need to replace it. And I thought, there's no way I'm replacing this computer. It still works fine, but its battery does drain fairly quickly, and I guess I do have to leave it plugged in. The next one, I'll be cradling like a baby. Yep, I am very protective of my computer because, you know, Macs are not the cheapest, and so I do keep it in a protective sleeve. In fact, I've got one of these really thick sleeves here that I keep my computer in, and I keep it, you know, safe and sound in my backpack, my computer bag, and I keep that hung up so when it's not in use, it is safe and sound. And I'm really protective of it because I don't want anything to happen to it. Oh, that's right, Joanne. hello, it was your birthday, and I totally missed saying happy birthday to you. You guys were all so kind to say happy birthday to me the other day. I did see that it was your birthday, and I did say it once in the chat, but happy birthday. Well, technically it was yesterday, but why not celebrate all week, right? Joanne, I'm sorry I forgot, but yes, happy birthday. Did you go out and party for your 21st? Yep, you got to have a celebration. And even though it's different this year, we can all have fun celebrating in some way. So I enjoyed being in and just hanging out at home, watching a good movie and getting on some YouTube live chats and just chilling out. That was really fun for me. I liked actually not having a whole schedule of things to do and to try to make my rounds to see everybody. It was nice, just to take a little time to chill out and relax. So yes, as Melody's saying, happy birthday. I'm going to take another sip of water here and catch up on some of the chat. I have not started an Instagram yet, but I don't have that much storage on the phone. That is my problem. So I have an iPhone, and I should have 100 and something gigs, but my problem is that I use the space with photographs. So I take way too many photographs, and I really need to go through and delete it. And my problem is I take screenshots of things. So on Instagram, if there's something in your phone on Instagram, like on the stories that you want to share, the frustrating thing is you can't share off of stories. You can share off of somebody's post to your stories, but if it's a story, you can't share it. That I know of, unless maybe you get to so many subscribers or followers. So you have to take a screenshot of it. Well, my phone is chock full of those screenshots for events that have happened, weeks ago. Like yesterday, I was scrolling through the photos to find something to post on my Instagram stories, and I was like, hey, I still have the screenshot of something that Stephanie was doing a month ago, Stephanie from Thrifting Adventures, and I'm like, I don't need this anymore on my phone, so I really got to go through and clear out of it. Yes, happy birthday, Joanne. Lots of great people in the chat tonight. Benny's saying, I have a tablet for games, and my phone is for eBay, Instagram, and YouTube. I have a tablet, too. And it's funny because Jacob's in the chat, my friend Jacob, and he has named my tablet Tabby the Tablet. And Jacob teases me that I don't use my tablet as much as my computer or my phone, and that's true. I kind of forget that it's there. And so a lot of times when Jacob comes to visit and he would borrow it, it would be dead. So he would say, well, Tabby the Tablet is hungry, meaning that he needs a charge, and I should pay more attention to Tabby the Tablet and use him more. So Jacob, the other day I actually did use him because I was watching several sales at one time. And so I did give Tabby the Tablet the love that he deserves. Venny says, okay, Venny, now you know I'm not younger than you. Really? I thought you were. I am waiting until this weekend to celebrate. North Carolina had flash floods today, and I missed Patrick's sale because of a phone call. Don't you hate that? That always happens to me. I get a phone call during a sale, and I think it was Nate the other day. He was saying, don't they know not to call? And Kim said this to me too. Don't they know not to call during a sale? You really need to have like some sort of shut off mode on your phone. Benny. Oh, Benny. Man, I need the laugh. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It was a great to celebrate my birthday in this YouTube community. Yes, it sure was. It's really great, Joanne. Everyone was so kind to me when I had a birthday. I mean, I got wishes in every chat that I was in, and I'm so glad that you did as well, Joanne, because you're awesome, and we just think that this community is awesome. I turn off the volume. I've actually been on a phone call with someone and had the sale running in the background on low and still typing in the chat. And I'm sure people notice that because they'll be talking to me and I'll say, because I'm more focused on the chat than the actual call. I know that's so bad. And I'm like, oh, I'm watching the chat. Oh, yay, 94 subscribers. Woohoo. Well, we got to get you, Nancy, to over 100 subscribers. That's awesome. Yay. Yep, almost there. That's fantastic. Christina said that she turns off the volume. And what was Dana saying? I missed something that Dana was saying. I'm so sorry, Dana. I missed your chat. But I see Penny's laughing. Oh, yes. Unless someone is bleeding, I better not be interrupted during a live sale. That is so true. I will. My friend will call sometimes. My friend Frank, and he'll know when I'm on a live sale because I'll answer the call and I'll say, "Hey, Frank," and he's like, "Oh, you're on a sale? Okay, bye." Because he knows that's what I'm always going to say was, "Hey, Frank, can I call you back? I'm on a live sale." And that's just so frustrating because it does interrupt the sale. And tonight on Patrick's sale, I ordered some food. I finally ordered in. I was like, well, I really don't want to cook. And so I ordered in, and the guy calls me, lo and behold, when Patrick is talking about my typewriter ribbon tin. And I just wanted to see it. And I'm so glad it was a donation, got donated towards the sale and that people wanted it. But I couldn't hear a thing he said because the guy called and said, well, I don't know how to get into your building. Where do I go? And I was like, oh, of course the food's coming at the time that I wanted to hear something in the sale. Jen says, I've been working all these live sales like it's my full-time job. Jen, I'm at a lot of them, and I will turn it on in the background, too, while I'm doing things. So while I'm doing things around the house or working on something or getting orders, sent out or whatever, I have that on in the background. And I'm like, hey, guys, I'm still here, but I am listening. I do 40 hours at Marshall's, thrift, do live sales, list items, sell at live sales, make YouTube content, ship out items. Ooh, I think I just messed up that word. I'm so sorry. And I'm surprised I am alive. Penny, we are too. You are a busy guy. You are one busy guy in life. I don't know how you get everything done and you still make it to the live sales. That is amazing to me. That is absolutely amazing. Dana's saying, I actually cooked tonight. Turkey chili and jalapeno cornbread. Ooh, that sounds good. Dana, can you mail me some? That's really good. I had some soup tonight from a place that I really like with some bread. And that was just perfect because it was nice and warm and cozy. Really good. You heard me say that. Yeah, I messed up big time. Yay, my third wrench. Yes, I like to, this sounds weird, and probably some of you guys can relate who are in the sales, but I like to see how many wrenches I can get on different sales. I know that's terrible. That's why I was asking on Thrift Used the other day. It wasn't, and I saw Carrie commented, she goes, oh, am I not doing a good job? I'm like, Carrie, you are an awesome wrench. It's just that I'd like to be a wrench too, because I was like, I'd like to be a wrench on several sales. It's fun to see how many wrenches you can get. There needs to be a t-shirt about that. Oh, Christy does it too. So see, I'm not alone. I thought I was crazy. Someone said something about Marshall's. Vinny, Marshall's is my favorite. Dang, you must be exhausted. Vinny is. Kim won the mystery boxes tonight. She is Kim from Oh My Vintage, who is in all the chats, and it was so cool that she won the mystery box. She's getting over 34 mystery boxes, and we raised over $1,800 or more for the Just One More Dachshund Rescue on Patrick's channel tonight for his charity fundraiser, and it was just awesome. So everyone who participated, thank you guys so much for donating and being a part of that, because that's wonderful. And I am one of the people donating a mystery box, as well as I believe that Vintage Vinny. You want me to wrench you, Jen? Okay, I got you. I'll wrench you in the chat. Hang on. Let me make you a wrench. Jacob, I'm going to make you a wrench, too. You're going to be a moderator now. Let's see, Jen. I'm looking for you. I'll make you a wrench. Okay, Jen, you're a wrench. And Joni, you're a wrench. And there's lots of wrenches here in the chat. Okay, good. Everybody should be a wrench. Okay, Joanne. All right, all of you guys should be a wrench now on my channel, which is great. That's wonderful. Wonder if she'll do a live haul. I think she will. I think she will. That's wonderful. I know that she'll probably do some of that, and it will be fun to see what she gets because that's a lot of people. Yes, Jacob, I'm making you a wrench. You're a moderator. You have all the power now. So if a troll comes on, you can take them out of the sale. Or, well, I'm not having a sale, but I am just chatting with you all. I can't believe I've almost been on for 2 hours. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, all of you guys, for hanging out with me at, let's see, it's 12:55, and you guys are here, 18 of you, just hanging out and listening to me ramble on. So thank you so much. Yes, Vinny, I know they are. I am so sorry. We are rooting for you to get into an antique store and to get a job that you really enjoy because I know you're working extremely hard, Vinny. And we're just amazed that you make it to the sales and the events that you do. And I'm glad that Friday night flipping and sipping is on and you can have a good time to relax and chill out, after your long day at work. 34 boxes. I know. I was like, because I donated, not that I wanted to win the boxes. I certainly don't need more stuff, but I thought, what if I got chosen? I would like to send it to somebody. I have had a long day. It's definitely been a long day here, being that it's 12:55. Katie, when you get your first troll, you've known that you've made it. That's right, Vinny. Actually, Vinny, I got my first nasty comment today. Well, I did get another comment once about me wearing a mask. People were not mad about that. People were mad about that. I wore a mask in one of my videos to showcase that I was being careful while I was out in the world because I'm immune compromised, and all of you guys know that. So I went to record store day, but I didn't go in. I was just being as safe as I possibly could in my car, and I did wear a mask because they were bringing the records to the car. Anyway, the person commented, they were saying I was wearing a wet diaper on my face and I needed to take it off. So I guess that was my first mean comment. But today I got a fairly nasty comment on my video about my apartment. So, oh well, I just don't know why people take the time out of their day. And this lady wrote a very long paragraph about the things that she hated about my apartment. I was like, okay, thanks for taking the time to send me that nice message. I don't know what to do. Like, I could respond, but I also could not respond, and that would probably be better because then she wouldn't get the satisfaction of me trying to argue her comment. You know what I mean? But I guess I've made it a little bigger because now I've got my first true nasty comment. Do that while you're young, Vinny. Once you hit 50, the warranty expires and you won't have all that energy. Yeah, Vinny's got a crazy amount of energy to be able to do that. Do tell, what's the story behind the name Hotel Soap? Okay, so Jacob is going to have to explain that a little better. He told me one time, and I don't remember. Did it come, Jacob, from a movie or a video game or something? He's had that name forever. So he'll have to ask me, he'll have to tell me that again. Jacob, I'm sorry, I don't know. Thank you. I really enjoyed talking and getting to know you guys more. I'm so glad, Penny. We love having all of you in the chat. Well, I mean Louie and myself. What do you do for a living, Vinny, if you don't mind me asking? Don't remind me. Yes, he works at Marshall's as a cashier, along with doing his resale business. Why would somebody? I don't know. People are just terrible, as Jim Bootsy says. Sometimes I think that people have an issue within themselves, and that's the reason they're mean. Because typically, people don't lash out at other people unless they have something going on within themselves. So you always have to know that it's not you. It is not anything you've done. It's not your fault. It is all on them. And you just have to accept that and move on with your life. And, I read it and it was not very nice, but I wasn't sitting there upset about it. I just was wondering, why out of your day would you take the time to write more than a paragraph to complain about something? I mean, don't you have better things to do with your time? I don't understand rude, mean people. Yeah, don't respond. I probably won't because I'm very good, or at least I think I'm very good at trying to respond to all my comments. That is something that I do make sure that I do on YouTube is I try to respond to everybody that I can. And, any kind of commenting, good or bad, is interaction for me. So it is getting, the algorithm, I guess, to like me. So that's okay. It shows that people are interacting with my content. But I really just don't understand, again, why someone takes the time to do all of that during their day. That I think is crazy. I have better things to do with my time. Nancy said that she had a family member troll me about my early videos, so I have a video out about what to tell the trolls and naysayers. Well, Nancy, I'm going to have to watch that. I heard someone one time say that if someone's commenting something really mean, that you comment back and you say, "Are you okay?" And I think that is a pretty darn good response. It's pretty priceless to do that because obviously they've got problems. Michelle says, "Oh, I love Marshalls. Apparently working there and just shopping there is different." Yeah, we have Home Goods, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx, and our Marshalls is open till midnight. I don't know how those people do it. Like Vinny, you work there and you get probably more stuff than I see, but I've been in there just a couple of times. I'm not a frequent Marshall shopper, but I've been in there because it's nearby if I needed something. And I went in there once for getting a jacket, trying to find a jacket for a Halloween costume, basically. And people have no respect. None of the customers. They just throw stuff everywhere. The dressing room is a mess. Stuff ends up all over the floor in the wrong spots on the shelves. And I just can't imagine having to be the person that cleans all that up. So I think that those places and, stuff often gets misplaced, tags get taken off. I mean, it's got to be a mess. There's the reasons that Scott took down the video of he and I antiquing. There are nasty old Karens that didn't think I was wearing a mask properly. I covered my nostrils, but it was barely, so I couldn't breathe. Well, Penny, I just would say to heck with them. Let those people say what they're going to say, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I understand, I guess, why Scott took that down. But people are just, they will comment about anything and find something to complain about. I mentioned this over on, I think, Cindy's video today, and someone in the chat I think it was Stephanie, was saying someone had commented on her video and said that the red lipstick she was wearing was too distracting. I was like, what? Why? That's just so mean and nasty. Like, why do people need to do that? I think that's really awful. Vinny, is that why? I was so bummed that I did not get to see that video. Yeah, I was too, because I wanted to watch it and I missed it. Vinny, I have worked in retail since I was 16 and I'm now 55 and working in an area that is an armpit of my country. Did I read that right? Armpit, I guess I did, of my county. No matter what you do there will always be someone that has to tear down others. So I have found that in my building recently with the pandemic, because I am immune compromised, I wear a mask when I'm in the hall. There's just way too many people in the hall that do not wear a mask. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about anyone in my building, especially if they end up watching this later. But I do get frustrated when people want to get upset with me for wearing a mask. It's like, if they're not going to wear one, I can't make them. And that's fine. And I understand you can't breathe in the darn things because I have asthma, so I know how that is. However, if I ask you not to get in the elevator because I'm social distancing and you want to cram in the elevator with 4 of your friends and then flip me off and get mad at me for doing so, I just don't think that that's really nice. And I've had many people get mad at me, including one lady who, and I quote, she said, "I cannot be bothered to go to my car to get my mask, so I just have to deal with it." That kind of stuff's just not very nice. And I don't understand why people can't just be more understanding. But I have had on the same side a lot of people, when I said that, they'll be like, "Oh, okay," and they back out of the elevator and they'll wait for the next one. And if I'm not on the elevator at the moment, I'll let someone else go because I know that I'm going to be riding by myself and that might take longer. But I don't know. People are people. I wanted to comment. I thought Stephanie's lipstick was gorgeous. I guess it's all how you look at the world. Yeah, her lipstick's beautiful. She's fantastic. I don't know. People are so horrible. Someone said I had a cavalier attitude about mask wearing and I was really ready to lay into those old hags. Well, I'm not laughing at what they said to you, Vinny, but how you worded that was funny. You can be really argumentative and get back at them. Like I wanted to tell this lady today that commented on my video. You'll have to read the comment. But basically, she was saying that she thought that my apartment was greasy, which was such a weird. I'm laughing at that now because that's such a weird comment to make. She was saying that because I have so much stuff around my stove, that it gets greasy and I have to clean it. And I was like, okay. I mean, yes, I do have to clean my stove, but even Jacob, who's in the chat, who's my friend, who's been over to my apartment quite a bit, knows that I'm a Monica. Vinny, you know this too. And I definitely keep things extremely clean at my house, and I do wipe down the counters, and I do keep things, the splatter does happen when you're cooking with grease, but I just wash off the things by my stove. Like, what's the big deal about that? I don't know why she felt the need to comment that. And my house is clean. I mean, I wash and scrub the counters. I don't know. The worst part was that people were thumbing up the comments about me. That's terrible, Vinny. Those people are horrible. That should never happen. I would respect what you're asking. Thank you, Christina. It's not hard. I mean, I can't make them wear a mask, but at least if they could stay their distance away from me, because I don't know where they've been. We all just need to continue spreading positivity and lifting spirits when we can. Yes, and that is the one thing. I have to say, this community is so kind and wonderful. So I did mention the negative comment, but I don't mean that to be mean or call out the person. I'm just saying that it is really good that we have such a kind community of people who are so supportive and very understanding and very wonderful. I mean, I see it in the chats every day. How many of you are always asking about other people? They're always keeping up with what's happening with this person's dog or this person's mom. And they're so nice. They're always praying for people or lifting each other up. And I just think that's wonderful. Even giving items, someone really wanted something and they didn't win it. I've seen people bid for other people or give up the item to give to that person. I just think that's so wonderful. So you guys are awesome. You really are. We have such a great little community. I had someone send me a comment saying wear a mask below the nose is like cutting. Oh my God, what a terrible comment. I said, seriously, their parents failed in raising a respectable human being that needs to treat people right. Nancy saying I had someone shout at me for offering him a mask because he was sure the mask was going to kill me eventually from wearing it every day. Someone needs a science lesson. Yep. It's hard with the pandemic right now with everything going on, and there's so many split sides, and it is really hard. Hi, Nesting Haven. Yes, I am live right now. I know it's late, but we had talked about doing a live chat after Patrick's sale, and I've been on for 2 hours, and I'm just enjoying chatting with all of you. So yeah, people just need to do what they're going to do and if they have a negative comment, just keep it to themselves. And remember, if they say anything else that's mean, just know that it's a problem that they're having within themselves and it's not you, and that's really all you can do. My dogs just woke up. Oh, okay, Nicole. I was so upset. Now I just laugh at it. And that's what you got to do, Penny. When I read that comment today, yeah, at first it was like, why is this person being nasty? And then I thought to myself, well, the fact they took the time and wasted their time to make that nasty comment kind of made me laugh. And then I just started to laugh about it. So that's all you can do. You just have to realize that they're having an issue within themselves and they're taking it out on you. And you just have to keep being kind and spreading positivity and being really nice in the chat. And that's what I do love, again, about this community is everybody is so awesome. No, that's okay, Penny. Absolutely. I think it's important to vent about this stuff. And as you're venting, you're also, learning people that this is not how you should treat people. You should be kind and you should be caring and you should always think about what you're going to say before you stick it out there so that you're giving people a boost instead of tearing them down because there's no point in doing that and being mean to people at all. My dog just woke me up to let them out, and I checked my phone and saw Katie was on. So I was wondering if I was seeing straight. Yes, you are, Nicole. It was just a late night chat we decided to have. Dana, I have asthma, and it's very difficult for me to wear a mask, but I will protect others and myself if I choose to go out. And yeah, I don't go out very often. Um, Anything I do, I can stay in my car. If I have to pick something up, I do stay in my car. And luckily, I'm able to be here in my apartment. No, Penny, you're not. Oh my gosh, Penny, your comments crack me up. I just die laughing. I told Vinny this, and I think I said this yesterday in my live, but Vinny said something the other day in one of the chats, and I about spit out I spit out my drink. I just was on a roll laughing. Oh my gosh. This is my second go with it, and it's frustrating. What's frustrating, Michelle? Good, because if they didn't like it when they watched it and then they comment, why not go to it? That's what I say, Penny. If they're going to be nasty, why are you watching it? Like this lady that commented on my video today. Again, I'm not trying to shout her out or be mean to her or anything, but I'm just telling you a story about what happened to me. I was wondering, like, okay, there's tons of other content to watch. If you don't care for my content, then go watch something else. Like, I'm not the only person on YouTube. There's thousands upon thousands of channels. So just go find something else. Yeah, that's the one, Vinny. That's the comment that cracked me up the other day. Yeah, I don't know. Bye, Nancy. No worries. I hope that you have a good night's sleep. Not a morning person. So I used to be much more of a morning person than I am now, but I do like getting up and having my coffee. That is something I really, really enjoy, and I love watching. My balcony overlooks is the right word, like a small pond. It's more of like a retention pond, but when the sun rises and hits the pond, it's really nice. And I do like to watch that and have my coffee and catch up on Instagram and all of that kind of thing. I do really enjoy that. And then, of course, I do like late night. I do like these late night chats. I don't know if you guys have seen, but the Anti Nomad has been doing these late night calypso lounges, and they're so much fun. They happen at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and it's put on by Xenomorph. So Xenomorph, of course, is the Antique Nomads tech guy, and he is so good at putting these on. And he has the best music. It's so fun, and we're all in the chat just having a good time chatting. And of course, it's a one-time deal, so it goes away like after the hour or 2 hours is up. So you won't be able to go back and rewatch it if you missed it. It's just sort of a one-time deal, and it's so fun to be in the chat. So I really enjoy that. Yeah, I love George too. He is awesome. He is just so much fun to watch and to learn from. And I was bummed because yesterday YouTube went down. If you guys weren't here for my live, it was a total train wreck. And the fact that half of you guys couldn't see what I was actually holding up. So, but you can go back and rewatch it. It's on my channel. But anyway, I thought, okay, it's got to be these people live. It's got to be the people's internet because it wasn't happening on my end. And then I got to George's premiere, and his premiere wasn't working, and I missed it because it wasn't working. It was kicking me out. And then on Michelle's midnight or late night chat haul that she had, which she found an awesome vintage Christmas wreath. If you guys missed that, man, it was like amazing. But anyway, I was having issues there too. So I thought, okay, this has got to be a YouTube issue. And then George posted the tweet from YouTube this morning saying that they were aware of the issues. It was happening across the board to everybody. And I'm glad that it's working now so all of you guys can see me. So that's really good. No, not worth it. Although the person who said that I wore masks, oh yes, I was tempted to comment. Oh, yeah, it is tempting to comment something bad back to them or argue with them. But you know what? I have found that it's almost better just to let them stew in their own juice and to ghost them and not say anything, because then they don't get the satisfaction of it. That's better. Oh, no worries, Dana. I'm so glad you're having a good time. But you go and you get some rest. Not a problem at all. Guess I'm always sleeping when everyone else is having fun. Well, I'm up a little bit later tonight, and the sale ran late, and I was just having fun chatting with all of you guys. That was really kind of scary for a while when YouTube was down. I was afraid there had been a serious cyber attack. I didn't even think about that at all. But I was really concerned. I was like, what's going on? Because all of these people were saying they were having issues. And then Venny and a few other people were saying, like Jamie from Mid-Century Wasted could see me as well. And she was like, oh, you're fine. And so I thought, okay, it's got to be these people's internet, And as a person who's doing a live stream, what can you do? You just have to keep going unless everybody can't see it. It was like there was enough people that could see it. So I thought, well, I guess I'll just keep going. But then, when I found out it was YouTube, I was like, how could YouTube have these problems? They really have to get it together. But I'm glad it's fixed. Yeah, Vinny, that's good. I'm glad you deleted that comment. And I'm sorry that person commented that. That was just nasty and something that they really didn't need to say. Yeah, it would have been a good response, though, Vinny. It really would have. That's why they want Vinny. So please don't let them get to you. Yeah, you have to not let these comments get to you at all. If you guys are out there and you're wanting to start a YouTube channel or do anything with YouTube and you're worried about the comments, this is my first nasty comment in months. And I don't have, tons of subscribers, but I've gotten enough now where you would think that I would have gotten a bad comment. And I'm really grateful I haven't, because everybody in the community here, at least in our vintage community, is so kind and so wonderful. So, I really think that is something that you shouldn't be too worried about. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt. It's harder to do, it's easier said than done, but definitely something that, oh, you're not going to bed yet. I'll play hurt tomorrow. Okay, Dana, I'm glad you're still with me. I'm glad you're having a good time. You just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt, and it is hard to do, but you got to just move on from it. That's the best thing when you get something that's not nice. Vinny's saying, no worries, I'm not giving them the satisfaction. And again, that's probably the closest they've ever gotten to satisfaction. Well, Vinny, if they make a comment like that, that's probably true. If I had a channel, I'm not sure I could read the comments. I try my best to respond to every comment that I can, because that is something that I like to do. But, you do have to realize that you might eventually at some point get something that's kind of nasty. And that's just how it goes, unfortunately, because people are not all decent human beings. But most of us in this community are really awesome. Almost all, I would say. Christina, oh, thank you guys so much. I'm glad you're enjoying hanging out. I never know how many people are going to like just a live chat, but it seems like 16 of you guys are still enjoying me, so I'll stay on a little while longer. Most of the people that put mean comments just want to argue. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction. That's true. A lot of people just want to get their point in, and you don't have to argue with them or, like I said, give them the satisfaction. Sandra Pink Elephant Parlor is saying she deletes the bad comments, or I will just write, I added you to my prayer list. Oh my gosh, that's such a good one, Sandra. I love it. That's fantastic. That's really hilarious. Yes, Vinny's comments are hysterical. Vinny cracks me up. I have spit out water before watching a live sale, and Vinny, making a comment. Vinny just kills me with his comments. And tonight on the live sale with Patrick for the Just One More Dachshund fundraiser, Vinny and Mid-Century Wasted Jamie were going back and forth, and my gosh, you guys had me rolling. Oh, I know. Then again, an argument for them probably gets them off. Yeah, and you don't need to give them that. So you just gotta let it be. You are so right, Vinny. Yep, that is an excellent response, and I think I will start using that. If you don't mind, I'm going to take that. If you haven't heard Nate does something too that I think is quite funny. So he's been getting a lot of spam callers recently, and I've been getting tons of them because of the election and everything. And he will start going off about the turnip god. So he has made up this fictitious turnip god, and he makes people believe that he worships this turnip god. And he'll get on the phone with them, and because they keep calling, right? So he's like, all hail the turnip god. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And apparently they hang up because it scares them off. And I think that's hilarious. So that might be something for the next spam call that I have to do. I also saw someone yesterday on a TikTok. She's a voice actor. And so what she would start doing was she could do, the voices where it's like, please enter your PIN number. Or at the sound of the beat, please enter your PIN number, or whatever it is, on those automated calls. So she would start doing that, and it would get people to get off the spam calls because they would think that they had called another spam number. So that's pretty creative. What are you talking about, Vinny? I missed something. I have blown iced tea across the room in some of Vinny's comments. Me too, Dana. Me too. Yeah, and the turnip god thing is hilarious. I just think that's so clever, and that is something I'm going to have to adopt now, along with the I'm going to pray for you, because I think that is a perfect comment for all the haters out there. It really gets people away. Sandra, that is good. Sounds like saying I used to get at work. If your head is down because of sleeping and get caught, look up and say amen. That's funny, Joanne. So I will show a little bit of the magazine, I guess, since it's sitting right here. I will show this cartoon again because I don't know if you guys missed it, but since Vinny's in the chat, I think he'll appreciate this. So here is a lady, and this is for soft weave. It is notice little luxury in your home, the most noticed little luxury in your home. And it is shimmering Grecian negligee, a slim and silvery version in the softest chiffon, specially designed for Yanni to match the special softness of soft weave. The bathroom tissue that gives you everything. Okay. Superb facial tissue quality, luxurious two-ply softness, wonderful new perfect tear perforations, and a see-through. See-through. Okay. To wrap to show you the soft negligee colors. So this is an ad for Scott Soft Weave. And there it is. Here's your lady. Now this isn't quite pin-up, Vinny, but it is a lady in a nightgown. And here's the ad. You can get soft weave. Now, did you know that toilet paper came in different colors? Apparently, you could get different colors back then to match your bathroom. Now, my grandparents did have a pink bathtub and a pink toilet. And then they also had like a blue. They had the upstairs bathroom was like this blue color here. So that would have matched that perfectly. But that's a really cool ad. Katie, you should do this more often. I never see anyone on after 10 because of the West Coast. Well, Christina, I can certainly make that happen. No problem. I don't know why. Yes, it's a TP ad, and I don't know why they're talking about a negligee and toilet paper. Now, I guess they're advertising what the woman's got on, but why does that have anything to do with toilet paper, and why you would need see-through toilet paper is quite kind of weird. I don't know about that. Yes, it's very saucy, Christina. I agree. That's not sheer enough or see-through enough for me. Yeah, probably not, Vinny, but at least it's the closest thing I have in this Better Homes and Gardens magazine for you. Yeah, I thought it was the toilet paper. Me too, Sandra. I guess we're talking about the negligee being see-through. Oh, I see here. It says that you can get negligee colors. So they're advertising the toilet paper, and then they're saying it's like your negligee. You can get different colors. Okay, that's interesting. But still, it's an odd ad. by Scott Toilet Paper. Now, this ad, this is like the girl next door, but it's the man next girl. Man next girl, wow. The man next door. And it says, the next time I'm slightly indisposed, don't mention it to your garden club. Now, the man's not nude, but I think it's a very interesting cartoon. So there it is. And there's this woman bringing in all these flowers. So that's interesting as well. And then there's this is like a Ask Sally or Ask Dan or Ask one of those, not Ask Jeeves, but it's like that. And it says, my 12-year-old son and I went fishing, but I am not about to tell you how many I caught and how many he caught. Philosopher than I am, I'm just mediating on why nature seems so often to have favored the young, when we oldsters need aid and comfort just as much or more. So I guess his son caught more fish than he did. Then someone else said, staying on a sensible diet. My mother told her newlywed niece, well, keep your figure girlish and your husband boyish. Oh boy, that's kind of saucy. So that's all in the magazine right there. What else do we have here? Money isn't everything. In fact, Bill Norman says money after taxes isn't anything. Well, that's kind of true. Then it says, know why it's much harder to fool kids about how you feel about them than it is as adults? Because they're not helping you do it. They haven't learned to fool themselves yet. So there's all kinds of these quotes in the book. I'm missing some chat here. What if your negligee is black? Well, I guess they didn't have that color. And in the 50s, it was probably all pastel colors. Vinny, what does Vinny collect? He can tell you, but I know that he collects Pin-Up and Coca-Cola, among other things. Vinny. Oh my gosh. I heard dyed TP is not healthy for the private bits. Probably not. That's got to be probably pretty bad, to be quite honest. Who knows what's in it? The TP can match your dress because priorities. That's funny, Nicole. Probably. Vinny's saying, where do I begin? Coca-Cola, Pin-Up, Vintage Xmas, Advertising, Vintage Halloween, Vintage Ephemera, Mid-Century Modern, and so much more. Vinny, my list would be a mile long, too. I collect Coca-Cola, I collect depression glass, I collect uranium glass, any type of advertising shop tins, so like old cutting oil tins, typewriter ribbon tins, all kinds of old tins, of course, Coca-Cola. Oh man, I've got a small collection of vintage thimbles now, and I didn't even intend for that to happen. That just happened because I got some from my great grandmother. Ephemera as well, like Vinny mentioned, Vintage Christmas, as you saw here with my little candle huggers from Pamela. Yep, so lots of things. Michelle is saying, wow, that's a ton. I have to keep my eye open for when I'm hunting for ephemera. I love vintage ephemera. These magazines are just so much fun because the advertisements in them are really amazing. So I love these old advertisements. Every time I go thrifting, I start a new collection. That does happen. And George gets me on these rabbit holes. George from the Antique Nomad. Oh, night, Jacob. Tell everyone good night for me and pet your sweet little kitty. Please tell Oreo I said hello and give Oreo love for me. Okay. Yes, every time I go out to the store, I do end up collecting something new. And George got me on marbles now because of his thing that he did with that gentleman from the flea market. There's some guy from the flea market, and he was doing thing on marbles. Yeah, he had a booth with marbles in it. And anyway, it made me want to start collecting marbles. This guy was so knowledgeable. Did I tell you about my toilet paper doll? No, Christina, but now I got to find out. Yeah, marbles are really, really cool. Sorry I missed a bunch. No worries, Angela. We're still on and still chatting. I like to read newspapers from shipping boxes, especially seeing the dates. Yeah, I like to see the dates on things too. I love these old advertisements. I was on a video chat with Sherry Lynn. Oh, no worries, Angela. I'm glad you got to talk with her, and I'm so glad that she's having a live. That's wonderful. So yes, lots in the Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I don't want to give it all away because I will be sharing it on Wednesday. Here's another ad though we'll look at on the back. This is for Ivory soap. Now it says 99% pure, that it floats. So I don't know if this means that it actually floats in water or not, but it says today's loveliest look. That's how Ivory look. The beauty only mildness. Oh boy, it's getting late and now I can't talk. Mildness gives your skin. Suddenly your skin looks so fresh and clear, and after washing with Ivory soap, it will feel silky soft, not tight or dry. Only mildness does so much for your complexion, and Ivory is mild enough for a baby's delicate skin. Regular care with this white pure soap gives your skin the beauty only mildness makes possible. You'll have that Ivory look. And look at the baby on this. Oh my gosh, look at his face with the soap. That's hilarious. And then these old ads are great. Look at her. Oh man, she looks like, I don't care. I'm just in this ad. Doesn't she? She just has this, I'm thinking about my boyfriend, or, ooh, I'm getting married and I don't want to get married. Look, I don't know. That's just funny to me. Okay, she said StreamYard is still saying it will take 24 hours to verify her, so she's afraid she might not be able to get on for the sale. Okay, Angela, I'll still put her, I guess, on the calendar or on the Instagram thing and then see what happens from there. She's from the 50s and she has a glass eyes and a crocheted dress that goes over a roll of toilet paper. Oh yeah, I've seen those toilet paper covers. They're really interesting. Those are funny. Who was it that had True Confession magazines on their channel recently? I want to collect some of those. Well, Vinny had some, I think, and then so did Crafty Jackie, but Jackie won the ones from Vinny. Yeah, he bought a bunch of them. I wanted to get one of those and read it to you on my channel because I think it would be so funny. Hey, Patrick, he joined the chat. Patrick, you had a great live sale tonight. It was a smashing success. Yay, yay, yay for the Doxies. You guys raised so much money, and that's just very, very exciting. I'm so glad that you were able to jump on here, and I'm glad I got to thank you for raising all that money for the Dachshunds. I know that Dawn was probably very proud of what you guys did tonight, so that's wonderful. Joanne saying, I bought tree lights wrapped around a newspaper, and it was dated 1956. I'm keeping the newspaper for sure. Yeah, I would too if it was from 1956. That's very cool. We raised over $3,000. Patrick, that's wonderful. Wow, guys, you guys are awesome. Props for the pups. Yes, indeed, Dana. Lots of good stuff for the puppy dogs. I'm so glad those dachshunds were so cute. They just melt your heart when they got on the screen and was in Dawn's lap. That is just fantastic. Wow. Do you know if someone who has a StreamYard, could they bring her on? Yeah, so Angela, I was wondering that because I would be happy to host her on my channel and let her sell because she could come on. Like I could send her a link and she should be able to get on. I've never had that verifying thing from StreamYard because when I joined StreamYard, it just let me jump on. So I don't know what that is about. I can do some research and get back with her. Is she, I guess you guys were video chatting over Instagram. If she has an Instagram, let me know so I can follow her and I can message her about that. Nicole, yes. Wow, that is great, Patrick. That is amazing. Those dogs really deserve every bit of that money. I'm so glad we could help them. Great sale and nice job, Patrick. You certainly put a lot of work into it. Patrick did. And how amazing was that epic prize? 30 mystery boxes? Wow, wow, wow. That was great. Yes, that is odd, Angela. I didn't have that when I signed up. I didn't either on StreamYard, so I don't know what that's all about. Angela, I'm not sure, but I will be glad to do some research into it and get back with her. And you do say that she's on Instagram. Actually, she might be following me on Instagram, and I didn't even know it. So I will look on that. Yes, big congratulations to Patrick here. I don't know. StreamYard, sometimes when you sign up for things can just be sort of funky for no reason at all. So I will have to look into that. But it was a great sale on Patrick's channel tonight. And if you guys missed it, please go back, at least give it a thumbs up and watch part of it. It was really wonderful. And of course, if you want to see some adorable dachshunds, you have to watch that. Me either. But we'll figure it out. Yes, we will. We will figure it out, Angela. Sandra saying she had the same problem with StreamYard. I had to wait 24 hours. That's really weird because I didn't have that problem. I could just sign right up for it. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I missed your sale, Patrick. Yes, it should be up on YouTube as far as I know. And you can rewatch it later. And of course, you can see the adorable dachshunds that Dawn showed, Dawn Schonkweiler. Man, I'm sorry, Patrick, you're hearing me butcher her name, but Dawn, you can go see her cute, adorable dachshunds later if you missed that on Patrick, the Trusty Huckster Mercantile sale. Yeah, was it exactly 24 hours, Sandra? Let me know about that because I'm very curious. So again, for all of you guys that were just here, we were looking at this Better Homes and Gardens magazine, and I will be sharing more from it. Like this is something that we'll look at on Wednesday. I'll be showing that. And of course, I showed, was it this one? I showed the Jell-O. Yes, it was. I showed the Jell-O, and we were looking at the recipe for food with a flair, Miracle Whip. And then we were also looking at one that had ketchup in it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, let me know in the comments. I'm going to read this again for all of you guys that missed it. But let me know if you want me to try this live on camera, this recipe here. So this is a recipe called Carnival Cream. And it says whip one, so it's got 1 heavy cup of cream until stiff. Fold in a 1/4 cup of the world's best loved ketchup, Heinz, a tablespoon of vanilla, 3 eggs, a cup of sugar, fold in whipped cream, pour into individual molds or ice cube trays, sprinkle with 3 tablespoons finely chopped maraschino cherries, and then 2 tablespoons chopped on almonds and freeze them. So let me know, guys, if you want me to try this live on camera, because I will. If you guys want me to do that, let me know. I'm always driving home from work when you're on, Katie, so please do the recipe. I will watch the replay. Okay. Yes, I will do the recipe. Just a cider, Vinny. It has been months in the planning, and I was drained. I bet you were, Patrick, because you did such a great job, and there was so much work that went into it. Did you get that magazine from Misty sale? No, I bought this from Crafty Jackie on one of her sales. So I didn't get a chance. I tried to get one of Misty's magazines she had, but of course there was too many people wanting it. Angela saying, Vinny, did you get that painting? No, that painting was something really special though, Patrick, and I think that it will do really well on eBay or on Etsy, something like that. Jello with meat's just awful. Yeah, I know, Dana. I don't want to try Ring Around the Tuna. That certainly isn't something I'll be trying soon. Yeah, everything's sold except for the Chelsea House oil painting, and that takes a special buyer, Patrick, I think. So hopefully you'll be able to sell that. But I'm so glad everything else sold. That is just wonderful. I'm all okay. Just a cider, Vinny. So is that what you had to drink after the sale? I'm sure you deserve that, Patrick. You worked really, really hard. I know you did. I just put $1,200 down on the car today. I can't spend any more. Yes, Vinny, that's understandable. Yes, it is. Patrick did so well. That is incredible. Of course you want to eat that. Okay, so Nesting Haven says that she wants to see me eat that. Hard cider is delicious. And then Jamie's saying, are we talking Jello again? Hi, Jamie from Mid-Century Wasted. Yes, so I was just asking the folks here if you wanted me to try this recipe live on camera. I'm setting myself up here, guys. But if you want me to try this live on camera, this recipe with the ketchup, the maraschino cherries, the almonds, the heavy cream, and the vanilla, I'll be glad to do that. Try it at your own risk. I'll watch, but only to save you if you need help after the taste test. Looking for Aunt Norma. Anyone seen her here? Norma, no. Drew, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, guys, okay. Troll. I just clicked on a troll. Oh my gosh, y'all. I need to go to bed, evidently. I can't believe I put that on the screen. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, trolls in the house. So I guess I made it big. So if you're a moderator, please go ahead and remove the troll from the chat. Patrick, I'm making you a moderator. Okay. Okay, so back to the question at hand. Patrick, you could probably sell that in the town I work real quick in Barrington. And it is, it depends on the market and who's wanting to spend that much for a piece of art. But honestly, for something that well done, it really is worth, I think, every penny. And someone will end up picking that up, and it would look really good in a house, especially over a buffet table, I think. What decades are they? If they're from the 20s and 50s, they will be scooped up. And did Patrick say something I missed? But won't it take Jello a while to set? So yes, what I'll do is, let me find this recipe again. Hang on. What does it say? Yeah, so it says that you have to put it, freeze until firm. So you have to freeze it overnight. So I'd make it, and then I would do the live, and I'd try it on camera. I know, I read it. I'm sorry. I got totally trapped. That happens when you're running a live because you're just selecting comments. I know. Anyway, thank you guys. That's okay, Angela. No worries. It gets you. Okay, good job. Thank you guys for being moderators out there. Dead, that honestly was one of the funniest trolls I've seen, though. It was, and I fell for the trap, hook, line, and sinker. I was just going through the live. I'm like, yeah, let me click on this comment and read it. Okay. If I were a wrench, he would not have liked me. I'm a redhead. Yep, you gotta get that wrench power out. Okay, I didn't even see the troll. It's okay, Dana. I know Vinny is laughing over there. Oh boy, we all need a good laugh. Okay. Yes, you have to keep the fridge overnight and let it set up. Jello takes a while to set if you get the box mix, which I think is what it wants. Let's see. Yeah, now this Jello, now I'd be willing to try this too. Because see, here's this recipe. Now this is, let's see. It is show off casserole. So this has the worst ingredients in it. I don't even know how anybody ate this back then. It has Miracle Whip, which I am not a fan of, combined with canned cream of celery soup. It's also got milk, cubed cooked ham, a can of mushrooms, a can of diced green pepper, chopped pimento. This just keeps getting worse. And finely chopped onions. All of this is heated, mind you, over a stove and served with parsleyed rice. So this is the parsleyed rice you're seeing, and that is the Miracle Whip ham concoction that you were saying. And that is just nasty. So let me know if you guys want me to try that. You're making me hungry. Okay, well, I'm so sorry, Joanne, but I can't believe you'd be hungry from seeing that Miracle Whip concoction. Oh, TV guides from the 70s. Okay. When do I sleep? Well, apparently not sleeping. Oh my gosh, I've been on 3 hours. Guys, I gotta get going at some point soon. When you're having fun with your friends, you lose track of time, right? And this has just been so much fun. Yeah, depending on the subject matter, they will do well, Patrick. And I think people really do like old advertisements, especially if they want to see what programs were on back then and what kind of things were featured in them. Well, I miss the troll and I miss Katie saying whatever the troll posted. just say no. Just say no. Okay. Any Archie Bunker or Mrs. Romper on it? Yes. And if you know Michelle, she was dressed as Mrs. Roper Romper. Yo, I guess I need to go to bed because it's getting late and I'm misreading the chat. Mrs. Roper. Okay, I got that right now. Michelle was Mrs. Roper the other day for Halloween, and she did a great job on that costume. So yes, if any of that is there, you got to watch for that. It does sound really gross. Ring Around the Tuna is the worst one I've seen. That has tuna and onions, and ooh, that just looks so nasty. 80s Avon catalogs. Well, even at the most, people can junk journal with this stuff. I love buying a big box of media. It's so fun to look through. It really is, Vinny. I enjoy buying. I bought that lot of over 100 advertisements for $10 off of eBay from 1949, and I had the best time just sitting on my couch looking at those. Okay, I'm out. Very nice meeting some of you and chatting. Yes, Michelle, and if you're catching me tonight and you're seeing this live, this is definitely just my fun self having a good time with all of you guys. So for more serious content on my YouTube channel, I promise I can at times be more serious. And if you're looking for some of that, I do have it. So please subscribe if you are new to me. Okay, night, Michelle, as everybody says. Well, guys, I think on that note, I'm going to have to wrap this up because clearly I'm not reading the chat well anymore. And I guess I do need to go to bed. Let's see what time it is here. It is almost 1:45 a.m. So that is late for me, and not that late. I mean, I've been up later. But I guess I will end this live soon, and we'll get on another live and chat. Oh, Vinny's having a good time. Okay, Vinny, I'll stay on just a little longer. Vinny, I'm glad you are having time to be off work and just enjoy being in the chats. That's really good. And yes, see you next week on Patrick's sale. I'm so glad. Bye, Michelle. Thank you so much for coming to the chat. I buy old magazines every chance I get. It's cheap entertainment. It is. Reading some of these articles and magazines in here were articles and different things they had in the magazine was hilarious. Some of the decorating tips are what got me. Yes, I need to sleep too. I'm working 12 to 8 tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Angela, you go get some sleep. And good luck in the pharmacy. Night, Nicole. No worries. Back to bed. I'm glad you had an interesting sleep break and you got a little bit of a laugh. I'll see you next week on my live on Wednesdays. Run to 2 a.m., Katie, and call it quits. Okay, I'll do that, Vinny. I will stay on till 2 a.m. and then I'll call it quits. No, Vinny is off tomorrow. Jen lost her wrench? How did that happen? Jen, you're still a wrench on my channel. Night, Patrick. Again, congratulations on your huge success tonight. The Dachshunds are so grateful, I know, for all of your hard work, and so is Dawn. So thank you very much. Yes, Vinny is off tomorrow. I work Saturday, and you're off Sunday. Oh, that's awesome, Vinny. I am so glad. That is wonderful. Yes, get some sleep, Patrick. Have a drink, relax, and enjoy the time after the sale, knowing that you have done a great job. You just really hit it out of the park tonight. Oh, good. I'm glad it's back now, Jen. That's wonderful. Yeah, I didn't take your wrench off. Dana says, okay, youngsters, I'm spent heading to bed now. I have to get up at 7 a.m. I'll be cursing all of you around 6. Okay, Dana. Well, off to bed. Get some sleep, you guys who are heading out to bed. I know it's late, but thank you all for sticking around with me. Oh, geez, you have to work Saturday and Sunday. Bless your heart, Angela. I do hope that goes well. Angela works in a pharmacy, for all of you guys that don't know, and that's got to be a really tough job dealing with all the people that you deal with every day. Good night, Patrick. Thanks so much for the dog sale. Yes, I just love seeing those dachshunds and doing everything I can to help a dog. I'm a big dog lover, so that is really important. Jamie's saying it's not even 1 a.m. here. Well, it is 1:50 in the morning here. Rub it in, Jamie. That's right. Rub it in. California time's kind of nice. I'm heading to bed too. I get up so early. Thanks, Kitty. Oh, night, Christy. So much. Thank you so much for coming, and give Tippy lots of love from all of us. He is just the most adorable little dog. I love Tippy so much. He is little and just so cute. I love seeing Tippy. So if you haven't seen Christy's Garza's Tippy Winks vintage latest videos, you really should, because she's got some great stuff with her dog Tippy, so that's fun. Let me see what else I can show you guys while we've got a few more minutes left here before I sign off. That's right. Vinny and I were talking all the way up until 5 a.m. one night before he went to see Scott. And I hope that you got a little bit of rest, Vinny, before that. But I had the best time chatting with you. We got to do that again soon, Vinny. We really do. That was so much fun. I laughed and laughed and laughed, and that was really much needed. So thanks, Vinny. I so enjoyed that. Okay, let me see what else I might have sitting around to show you guys. Vinny, I finally found my pinup girl calendars. First thing I thought of was you. I'm going to try and get pictures of them and put them on Instagram tomorrow. Oh, Vinny will love that. I think he'll really like that. Well, that's awesome, Sandra. Okay, let's see more from this magazine here because it's sitting here. Oh, I was going to show this. Now, for all of you guys, I think you saw this the other day. I slept for 4 hours. I was tired by the end of the day, but it was so worth it. Well, good, Vinny. I was worried I kept you up too late, but we were really having a good time chatting. So that was a lot of fun. We do have to do that again soon. What records did you buy? Oh, let me show the records. Okay, so let's see. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, so I've got the show and tell records here. I've got Frankenstein. That's the first one. And these are General Electric. Ooh, I'm losing the record on the inside. And it comes with, I think that this, it comes with something. But anyway, it's got, this is 1964. It's got Night on a Bald Mountain. And this one has Frankenstein's Monster. And it's a show and tell program. So I think what you do is you put this on and then you read the story or something to that effect. So it's kind of cool. These are, what's neat about these is they're 33 1/3. So they're not 45. They're 45 size. They're the small size, but they spin at 33 1/3 RPM. And then it's got, oh, and I guess you would put it on the TV here. See, there's a TV. So I guess you'd listen to it and see the picture. So that's pretty cool. This one is Sleeping Beauty. And I've never seen these before, so I just thought they were so unique. And I like collecting different types of records that kind of showcase record history. This one is the Three Bears. And then, of course, Dracula. And then this one's really fantastic. So this is a double gatefold, which means it has 2 records, and it opens up like this. And this is Merry Christmas, Bing Crosby on Decca Records, featuring, and I forgot to mention this the first time, this is featuring the Andrews sisters, which is just amazing. Good night, Penny. Thanks so much for coming. I think I may forget by tomorrow. Tag me in a pic, and I'll sure check it out. Yes, very cool. They are really neat. Is that record referring to a woman talking about her man or a oh, Benny? Probably, Benny. Probably. Joanne saying that's cool. I have never seen anything like it, but I think it's fun. So here's Decca. Now this is an extended play. It is a 45, so it's got more songs than just the two. And I love the Andrews Sisters. If you don't know who the Andrews Sisters are, they do Rum Boogie, Rum and Coca-Cola. Let's see, they do Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. That's them. And this is also Bing Crosby. So this is All I Want for Christmas, White Christmas. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, Silent Night, Oh Come All Ye Faithful. That's on this 45. And these are in really good shape. Yes, I love the Andrews Sisters. They are fantastic. My favorite, I love Beer Barrel Polka. That's one of my favorites. And then, of course, everybody loves Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. And then this has I'll Be Home for Christmas, Faith of Our Fathers. I've never heard that song, so I'm going to have to listen to it. And Jingle Bells and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Now, these have no scratches on them. They are absolutely perfect. They just need a wash. So I have a spin clean and I will put them through the spin clean. Yes, Rum and Coca-Cola and Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. That's exactly it. That's her era she grew up in. Yeah, and I didn't obviously grow up in that era, but I just love that 50s music. It's so great. Yeah, she was. She was a youngster at that time, and that was her music. And it's so fun to listen to this. My grandmother actually grew up listening to a lot of symphonies and operas and that kind of thing. So she's not so much familiar with some of this 50s, 40s, and 50s music that wasn't that other kind of music that she listened to. And she was a music teacher, so she trained to learn about classical music more than any of the other kind of music that was popular at the time. I would like to collect albums that go with old movies like My Fair Lady and all of that. How do I begin? That is a very good question, Joanne. So, if you're interested in collecting those kinds of albums, one of the things that I would say is condition is everything. When you are looking at vinyl, it is important that you check it so that there aren't scratches on it. And the other thing is, you are not going to find a lot of those kinds of albums on necessarily. I wanted to say online, but that's not right. You will find them online, but in record stores, because a lot of times record stores carry things that are primarily 70s. I'm not saying that you won't find that there, but 70s to modern. So typically you'll find those in the $1 bin, you'll find them in antique stores, and you'll find them online. Now, Discogs is a really good place to go if you're looking for a specific record, because they have all kinds of music you can buy from around the world, and it will list what grade it's in. So when you're online looking for grades, obviously I would buy something that is VG plus and higher, so very good plus to mint minus to mint. If you go any lower than that when you're going online and looking at grades, you're going to get things that are not as clean. They're going to have surface noise and static. And noise, guys, for all of you guys that don't know, is the enemy of vinyl, because you want vinyl to sound crisp and clear and wonderful. So just be on the lookout at your antique stores for those kinds of things. Look on eBay. And you can type in the name of anything you want online and look for it. I have a lot of musicals. That is something that I really love. So I have My Fair Lady. I've got Grease. I have Chicago on vinyl. I've got, of course, Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've got South Pacific, which I love. What else on vinyl do I have? Of course, I've got, the Jersey Boys for the Jersey Boys musical. I've got all of the old musicals, Cats, Jesus Christ Superstar, anything from Andrew Lloyd Webber. I have a lot of vinyl of his because I really love that. Disco albums. Well, that's interesting, Sherry Lynn. I'm so glad you could join us, but I'll have to look into that. I like all different kinds of music, but 50s is my main favorite type to listen to. So that's what I would do. Yeah, thrift stores and all of that. Antique shops, you will pay up, but honestly, South Pacific was a musical. I don't know if it was a TV show or anything first, but it is a musical. And so I love that musical. It's really, really fantastic. I have tried and I haven't succeeded. Does it have show tunes on the cover? Okay, I wish I had a way to show. Let me see if I can show you something here. Hang on. And I will show that to you. So a lot of times you'll find the name of the musical you want. So for example, if we're looking up South Pacific, um, and I'm going to Google this for you, vinyl. Ooh. And typically you won't pay more than $10 for these, but will this show up on, oh, probably not because the screen's all messed up. But you see how it says South Pacific and it says Rodgers and Hammerstein. Rodgers and Hammerstein did that musical. They also did My Fair Lady. They did, 1,000 other musicals. But you can look up Rodgers and Hammerstein vinyl. You can look up South Pacific by name, like if you wanted that one, or Cats. I have Cats on vinyl, or Jesus Christ Superstar. Look up Andrew Lloyd Webber. You can try all different searches, but I would look up Discogs. Now, let me put this into the chat. Disc, and it's spelled weird. It's disc and then gogs. And that is where you're going to find a lot of used vinyl, and it will be vetted, of course, so you're not getting a seller that's bad, because they have to rate the vinyl, so you'll know you're getting something that's scratch free. And that's where I would start. Yes, I'll be glad to showcase my collection one time. Christina, on my channel, I did do a video. Let's see, I think it was about 3 weeks ago where I showed my record listening station, and I did show some of the vinyl that I have on there. So if you'd like to see that, but I can do a whole collection of just my show tunes if you guys would like one day. I usually show 50s on my What's Spinning videos that come out on Friday, what I've been listening to, but I'll be glad to showcase some of my show tunes. Have you seen the preview for Cat? It's super creepy. So I think we were talking about this in the chat not too long ago, but I love the musical Cats, and I saw the preview for the movie, and I saw the movie. And the movie is not as good, obviously, as the Andrew Lloyd Webber Broadway production. But, a lot of people hated on it, and I don't think it was terrible. I thought Judi Dench did a pretty good job, and so did James Corden, because I love James Corden. I think he's very funny. I do think that they took it in a different direction than maybe it was meant to go. But for any of you guys who don't know much about Cats, Cats is based off of the T.S. Eliot book, The Naming of Cats. So T.S. Eliot wrote about all these cats that were in his neighborhood, and he gave them each names. So each of them got names, and then he wrote a book based off of it. It's a collection of poems called The Naming of the Cats by T.S. Eliot. And of course, Andrew Lloyd Webber got his idea for the musical based off of that. So each of the cats in the musical are supposed to be like people too. So if you watch the musical, as even the movie version, you'll start to see traits in each of the cats that are very much human-like. So you start to see Grisabella, for example. She's one of the cats, and she's old and she's frail and she's lived a really tough life and she's been shunned. And a lot of people can relate to that. But then you also have other cats that have lived a life of adventure. You have Gus the theater cat, who's telling his stories of his time in the theater and how things aren't like they used to be, which we can all relate to. So Cats is a very interesting musical. And the preview definitely is a little creepy, I have to say. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, show tunes. Okay, so Joanne, next week on my channel, this week I've already got a video coming out on Friday, which is today now, with Jack from Jack's Tracks Records. We did a little collaboration showcasing the Edison diamond discs that we have. So if you're interested in seeing diamond discs from the 1920s, they're a very rare record. They're a quarter of an inch thick and they spin at 80 RPMs. I will be sharing that with Jack on my channel this Friday. But next Friday, what I will do is I'll make a note of that and I will do a whole video on show tunes for you guys. So if you guys want to check that out. But definitely, I'd say start on Discogs, start on eBay, and just type in what you're looking for, what show tunes you like. If you like the musical Chicago, look up that. If you like the musical Rent, you could probably get that on vinyl. Any of them, even the old musicals are on vinyl. Yes, Judy is the lady. That's right. We're going to do a video, Jamie saying, all about Blake's audio gear and vinyl. It's elaborate and going to take some time to produce and edit. Yes, all of that stuff does, Jamie, and it gets very complicated. And I would love to see Blake set up at some point because I love chatting about vinyl with him in the chats. That's really fun. Are you talking about the modern remake? Yes, I am, Vinny. I am. Susan Boyle sang her song. Sang with her, and Elaine Page played Grisabelle. Yes, that's the modern one I'm talking about. Katie, I have cats related thing, and I'm going to send it to you. It's just gathering dust here, and I think you'd like it. Oh, Jamie, that's so sweet. I would. I love cats. My mom, Phantom of the Opera is another one of my very favorite musicals of all time. Hands down, I love Phantom of the Opera. I'm a big musical nerd, if you guys don't know. My background was in theater, and I love musicals. But Cats is very special to our family because my mom studied in England overseas when she was in college, and my grandparents came to visit her, and she went all the way to the other side of town when Andrew Lloyd Webber started to do Cats, when he was not a household name. And she saw him in this theater, and she got in there with my grandparents, and there was a big thing blocking the stage. And they had fairly good seats, and they thought, oh my gosh, we've just paid for these tickets. And a really old, he actually built the stage and everything from scratch, and he built it in an old warehouse. So it wasn't a big London theater or anything. And they thought, we just paid this money and now we're sitting behind this wall. Well, evidently what had happened was the stage rotated. So when the production came on, they turned out they had these really great seats. And my mom got super cheap tickets because she was a college kid then, and you could get college admission really inexpensively. Nowadays, you can't go to the theater for cheap. But the stage actually rotated, and out came all these cats into the audience, and they were, the cat tails were brushing up against the people in the audience, and it was just so cool. And I've had the ability to see Cats now several times when it's come to Jacksonville, and it's amazing. Yes, it is. That's a musical. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. It is. And then Damn Yankees, that's another musical that I have on vinyl. I've got a whole crate of just vinyl for musicals because Starlight Express is also another great one by Andrew Lloyd Webber that I have on vinyl. I just can't think of all the vinyl that I have. Yes, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. I couldn't believe it. You're waking up. I could listen to you all night. I will watch Joanne, thank you so much. I can't believe I'm still on at 2:07 in the morning chatting with all of you, but I like to chat. If you haven't figured that out, I am a chatty person. Vinny probably knows this from chatting with me till 5 in the morning. But I do. I love hanging out with all of you guys. It's fun. But my favorite musical does probably have to be Phantom of the Opera. I just can't think of what else I have on vinyl. I have a lot of the older musicals like Rodgers and Hammerstein and that kind of thing. Yes, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, West Side Story. Those are great musicals I also have on vinyl. I love Marilyn Monroe in movies. Yes, I do. A lot of people are obsessed with her in the community, and she is fascinating. In fact, we had let's see, how many years ago was this? 6 years ago, I think, in Jacksonville, they did, I don't know, other cities have this too, but they do like figures. So for us, it was manatees. And they basically put all these manatees that were decorated to be different characters or different things. And the manatees were part of like the citywide, I don't know if they made money from the manatees or whatever they did, but they were statues. And basically, you could go around all through Jacksonville and see different manatees and that kind of thing. And they'd all be different. Well, and different groups, I guess, donated them and worked on them. Well, the old movie theater, I think I showed it. I did on my video that I did the hometown tour challenge with Fatbird Finds. I showed that old Sunray Theater in my town. They had a Marilyn Monroe figure manatee that was dressed as Marilyn Monroe. It was really well done. It was fun. Yes, I do. I love chatting with friends. My dad thought she was the most beautiful woman. She was really, really gorgeous, I have to say. I'm not sure, Vinny. I may have. Oh, thanks, Vinny, for putting her YouTube channel in the chat. Yes, Elizabeth Taylor also as well. Lots of great old movie stars and things. And I love watching all those old movies and old musicals. There's just something so fun about it. I still remember watching Three Coins in a Fountain for the first time and falling in love with that movie. I love Three Coins in a Fountain. So great. Oh, yes. Yeah. Three Coins in a Fountain and Breakfast at Tiffany's. And then there's, and I always forget the name of it, Roman Holiday is another one that I really enjoy. Yeah. Oh, I love learning about different characters and characters. That's not right. Actresses of the time. And Benny's really knowledgeable on a lot of these old actresses. That's something I don't know the names as well. Oh yes, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is really good. Anything, A Streetcar Named Desire is a good play too, but of course it's quite dark. A lot of those old things sometimes are really dark if you start reading into it. Elizabeth Taylor. Oh my God, a teenager and in her 20s, Elizabeth Taylor is a fantasy girl of mine. Oh, Venny, yeah, she's really gorgeous. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a very saucy movie, but it's a very interesting play. Yeah, she was a knockout. I agree with that. She was just absolutely gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. She sure was. And I we'll definitely be showing those vinyls. So for all of you guys that were still wondering about that, I will. I'll show them next week. I'll do all of my show tunes so that you guys can see that because I do love my show tunes very much. Yeah, Tennessee Williams was a genius writer. There's a restaurant, and speaking of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof in Key West, that is named after that play. And it's called, what is the name of it? It's called something hot. It's something Tin Roof, but it's named after that Tennessee Williams play. And anyway, they have the best shrimp in the world. I mean, Osteen's has really good shrimp, and that's in St. Augustine, and that is my favorite shrimp place ever. But this place did not fried shrimp like Osteen's does, but they had the biggest shrimp. The shrimp were like this big. I'm not kidding. And they were fresh caught, and they were in shrimp and grits, and it was the best shrimp and grits I've ever eaten was at this place. You know, Paul Newman's character was closeted homosexual, and Maggie, the cat, was trying to seduce him. That dress she wore was very risque for 19. No, I didn't know that, but for 1958, yes, that was extremely risque. You know, because the guy that, what's his name, Mr. Brady on Brady Bunch, I had no idea for the longest time that he was openly gay, which is fine. I have no issues with that. But I I didn't know that. And you go back and you think about for the time, that must have been really risque when that came out. Natalie Wood and William Devane starred in a TV show in the 1970s. Yes. Okay. The chat, I'm sorry, guys, was getting away from me. Jesus Christ Superstar is really, really good. That is another musical that I absolutely love. And she did do that dress justice. She surely did. She did, Vinny. Great movie. Jen Bootsy saying, yeah, lots of good old movies. And another thing that I learned recently, I was reading something and I thought it was really interesting. They were talking about beds. And I never really thought about this, but it made sense. So beds used to be obviously, and you look at like 1800s, people did share a bed because it was, you had one bed and people were in it together because it was obviously not as expensive to have one bed. But then the people that were in decorating and interior designers wanted to go towards a two-bed trend because they thought it would look better if you actually had a piece of furniture anchored between the two beds. So what they did was they started getting doctors to tell people it was unsanitary to sleep in the same bed. Can you believe that? So they would actually promote that, and then people started doing separate beds. And you'll start to see in those old TV shows that men actually cannot be in a bed with a woman unless there is a workaround, unless they have their foot placed on the floor. So if they sit on the edge of it with their foot on the floor, then they can be sitting on the bed, but you cannot have that. And so if you watch some of those old Disney movies, there was one I was watching the other day. Actually, I think it's something about dachshunds. What is it? Something dachshunds. I can't remember, but it's from 1957, I think. I have to go back and look it up. It's on Disney Plus. But basically, the guy sat on the edge of the bed, and I noticed his foot was on the floor, and I thought that was really interesting. Lucy and Ricky show. Yes, of course. Yeah, there were. There is, yes, especially in I Love Lucy, there was Vinny. That's exactly it. Things were definitely different then, a totally different time. She could shake the paint off of the walls. Yes, she was very stunning in her younger days. And Margaret, I agree, Vinny. I totally agree. Well, guys, I hate to say, but it is 2:15 in the morning, and I am past the 2 a.m. time, and I know all of you guys are up and enjoying this chat, and I am too. But this chair is getting very hard, and I would love to sit on the soft sofa. And I think I'm going to have to wrap this up. But I enjoyed being with all of you all tonight, chatting. It was so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with me for like 3 hours. Holy cow. This was fun. And I love showing the things from Pamela and some of the die cuts and just hanging out and chatting with all of you guys. It was just a ball. So I will do this again on Wednesdays at 6:30 tomorrow. Look for my video on what's spinning because that should be coming out. Well, it's not exactly what's spinning. I'll be doing it on the Edison Diamond Disc. It will be a collaboration with Jack from Jack's Tracks Records, and I did have him on my channel a while ago, so that will be fun. Oh, thank you guys so much. Yes, go to bed. I will be heading to bed and getting some pajamas on and just chilling out for a little bit. But this was so much fun, guys. I loved being with you. Sorry I missed most of it, but I'm glad you caught the end. You missed a little bit of it, but no worries, Jamie. I'm so glad you were here. So yes, look out for that video. If you haven't seen my vintage apartment tour, I did share that today. That is on my channel. And yes, it is almost 15 minutes long because if you can't tell, I am a talker. So I share that and lots of great content coming from me as well as on other channels. So please, of course, be kind and rewind. No, I'm just kidding. Be kind and subscribe to everybody else on YouTube that you can. Support all the sales that you can. Look for tomorrow. It's Friday, so Fatbird Finds will be on with Flippin' and Sippin'. And Jeffrey will have his sale at Real Nifty Vintage at 8 o'clock. Crafty Jackie will be on at 6 p.m. So lots of great things. And I'm so glad you had a good time. And of course, for now, stay in, stay safe, and binge YouTube.